All right, everybody. Welcome on a Tuesday night here. Right now, just getting prepped. Sorry for starting a little bit late. It's been kind of a hectic week, but I'm here now and I'm ready to go.
And I'm here too.
Hey, Flair. What is up, buddy?
Hello.
Hope you had a good weekend.
Well, I worked, so
Yeah.
not that exciting of a weekend.
That's fair. A lot of people work on a weekend. I'm just the boring guy that works 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Yay.
I don't have a consistent schedule.
Yeah. Let me see if DJ's here, but I'm gonna go and get the game started. Holy crap, you're big on my screen. But that's been fixed.
I'm gonna take over your stream.
Yes!
This will be the Derg stream now.
As we dive and realize, oh crap. Oh, there's DJ. Hey bud, what's up?
My back hurts.
Hey, so does mine. But not from working out, but just like posture stuff. I'm okay.
I mean, I pulled my back not because I was working out, because I bent down to pick up my phone while I was moving.
Oh. What? So just...
How did you manage that?
I don't know. My phone was on my table. I was standing up. I was already standing up. I bent down to pick up my phone and it pulled my back.
Just yikes.
Huh.
You know you're getting old when just big oof.
Yep.
Not a fun feeling. I get it. All right, let's get some not for broadcast going. Here we go. Main game window. This freaking game, man. What is it doing to us? What kind of world are we messing around in? Holy fuck. That whole dream fever sequence was just craziness.
Yes.
I mean, I guess that's the point, but...
I can't recall the last time I ever saw something so insane.
Yeah.
It was a dream sequence.
Yep.
This game always takes a lot of load.
I mean, it's good.
Well, I mean,
it's probably
yeah.
because you have to load up all the FMVs, man.
So many video files.
Continue. Huh? Did it work? Nani?
Serenity says to hydrate.
Hey, it's the girlfriend. Hey, babe. Mwah. Please slurp. Please drink with me. Thank you. So glad you're here, hon. We were right at a broadcast day. That's where we stopped last time. And
you pushed through the dream sequence and got to the
also, I realized I'm not streaming on your end because this is dumb. I have to click this button and go here. Okay. Now we're good.
There we go.
Get the power on. Boom, boom.
Today, now. Don't worry, Kath, it'll be alright. No, it won't be alright, Kath. Pack up your weapons of optical destruction.
Well, at least you don't have to deal with those fuck-ass teddy bears anymore.
Yeah. We're back to normal, and it feels great.
Stay where you are, Kath. Jenny? This is not Jenny's decision.
Oh, we have a birthday card? Or not?
It'll be alright, I'll talk to
That's the vacation. See, remember the
No, I
vacation we
think
took?
that's a get well soon card
Oh, get well soon, yeah. But
from
here,
when we got shocked.
Yeah.
Sent to the hospital.
nothing on the phone. That's fine. But yeah. Oh shoot, we didn't load our thing.
letting it go to your head.
We want advance.
I thought we were part of a team.
And where's our pleasure thing? I think it was this one, sports board. Yes.
You'll have me find
That's it. I think it was that one. Here we go.
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight.
The
You
establishment
still need
strikes
to
back.
load one more
The Royal
ad.
Council has agreed today to impose
No, it's
Oh no,
broken.
the tape's broken. Okay, never mind.
of this country.
The sanctions which are brought.
Actually, I'm going to pause because I just screwed my audio. Hold up. Thank goodness for pause buttons.
Yep.
My microphone slider is really finicky. So I can adjust volume here, but it affects me individually. So I gotta go slow, 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 slow. Because I've got to be able to hear the game and you guys. There we go. Oh my gosh, I went too fast. Slow.
Goes.
There we go. Should be good.
Include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food, clothing, and even some
I
medicine.
guess happy?
But how should we react? We ask the public.
Chip clicks up.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the sanctions?
I actually think that with Advance in charge, we'll be fine.
Oh,
Of course, the
so of course we want to support Advance here, so we're going to click happy.
They're billionaires next, but I trust Julia and Peter.
Yay, billionaires!
Patrick, fascinating stuff.
Yay, rich
Popular
people.
Prime Minister Julia Salisbury has released a reassuringly brave statement in response to the World Council's controversial announcement.
This international declaration is nothing short of outrageous.
Oh, here we go again!
Signal, signal.
Government with massive popular support. We do not recognize these sanctions.
Oh.
And we encourage other socially
Is it-
progressive
no, it's alt.
nations of
There
the
we go.
world
I got
to
it.
Resist and ignore them.
You haven't done a signal thing, a sequence in very
Advance
long.
brought
Not
fear
the dream
into the
sequence
heart of
didn't
the
count.
international community by showing that it is possible to have radical change for the betterment of the many. And
I got it.
whilst I
We're good.
wish we could improve other countries as much as we have our own, we do not rely on the help of others to thrive. This country is entirely
Yeah, you got this. We're good.
We are a
This
team
country is
now
self-sufficient.
more than ever.
My
That
ass.
sounds like
Team is on your side.
that sounds like propaganda I've heard before.
Thank you.
Defiant stuff. But what do you, the public, think of our government stance?
Obviously, we're
Well,
going for
sure,
this ending,
Sandra.
so I'm gonna click yes, yay.
I was wondering if you could spend a moment to give us your thoughts on the government.
Honestly, I think they're doing a great job. I know the assets and world checks have made the difference, plus for the cost of the little one. And people seem, happier in the main. I always said things would get better with a woman in charge.
Here we
Over
go.
to you, fellas. Global mega corporation Remington's Fist today announced that trials have successfully completed on their groundbreaking male contraceptive product, responsible.
Male contraceptive.
The drug has been passed.
I hate that
for
name.
general release, but the small print warns that in
It's a
rare
pun,
cases, side
and
effects
that's
can
why I
include
hate it.
blurred vision,
Responsive
enlarged
pill-ity.
antenna, and
Get it?
increased risk of stroke.
Oh my gosh.
But what do you, the
But this
public,
is by the
think
company
of
we're
the
supporting, so we gotta say yes, positive.
Patrick?
Oh boy.
So what are your
They're the ones
feelings
paying
on
us,
the
remember?
contraceptive pill?
Yep.
I think it's a great idea. A big step forward for equality. Sophia Remington is the best thing that has ever happened to that company.
The delicate sound of thunder. A frightening start for commuters this morning who were confronted by a somewhat sinister sight as they left their trains.
Many travellers reported feeling intimidated by the silent figures who stood motionless outside every
So we want to be negative against them.
Radical extremists
Yeah,
Great
probably.
Disrupt, who organised the show of strength, refused to comment on the meaning of the strange protest.
Or to apologise to this presenter for making him drop his morning bagel in surprise.
But how do we feel
No.
about these somewhat radical extremists?
Not the
and their
bagel.
upsetting methods? Robin.
We can't support vigilantes. We like law and order
Can I
here.
ask your opinions on
I want the
Disrupt?
bagel
Are
now.
those the guys in black with the orange fist thing? That's right. Can I be honest?
Of course. This is journalism.
They scare me a bit.
Bubbling up.
That was the negative
Fellow
response?
scientist Dr. David Warren, and
This-
Dr. Ingrid
It
Swan
scared me.
Today
I thought it'd be more vitriol than that.
in which they hope to finally leave Dante's taint.
With expert opinions of the plan running the gamut from optimistically engineered to that looks like something my granddad made in his shed.
It's
it
pretty
sounds like
eh.
the unfortunate team are
Oh.
going to need all the thoughts and prayers they
Thoughts and
can.
prayers.
So what should we think about the escape plan? Patrick Bannon again.
Neutral. I have no opinion.
Yeah, don't worry, they're going to cut all this, aren't they? It's disgusting. Christ. Oh, Jesus, wept. Christ, have you thought about quitting smoking?
Right. No, I'm fine now.
Okay.
We want your opinion.
The trapped scientists.
Oh, yeah, right. I really care.
Ha!
Brilliant.
I I am not a number. Applications finally opened today for the new advanced team membership cards. A scheme by the government to allow fast access to all the new public services being introduced daily.
The team membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal identification by all major organisations, including the police, banks, and, rightfully, pubs and bars.
I mean, government IDs.
No charge, Jeremy.
But what's the catch?
Good to be fair.
Whatever. We are a simp for the government this run.
What do you, the public, think about the new team membership cards?
Team membership cards.
Oh, yeah, fantastic. I'm applying today. I mean, why wouldn't you? What are these protesters doing? They don't want us to know who their names are. Besides, have you seen the savings you can get? I'm getting one for the little one as well.
Oh, how adorable.
Yeah, gonna be a proper little team member, aren't you? Yes, he smiled. He smiled.
And finally tonight,
It's gonna turn into a cult eventually.
fresh out of rehab, repentant celebrity sportsman Johnny Hamsleeves is promising to turn over a new leaf.
In a surprisingly energetic appearance on the Whitney
Oh, look at that.
Oh, whoa.
Johnny showed everyone
Yeah,
he's
yeah. I would
certainly
go
fine
positive
wearing
because yeah,
suits.
he's going through rehab.
Yay.
Survived the frenzy.
But what should we think of this exuberant behaviour? Patrick?
Oh my god, fantastic!
Wise words.
Oh, that was it?
Later
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay.
switcheroo, it'll
Okay.
be Jeremy in
Niche.
the culture chair, spitting rhymes with popular rapper Jay-Z.
Spitting
And then
rhymes.
we'll both be chatting with a familiar team of thespians set to take the nation by storm again.
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
Ah, crap.
Yeah.
signal time.
Frequency. Oh, good. The doll's gone from the intro.
At least the range is pretty good because I'm playing on normal. It would be much tighter if I wasn't.
Yeah. Could you imagine that this is what people had to do in real life?
Oh, hey!
Mess with the fucking frequency.
The Red Scott with the resubscription. Hello there. Yo. New profile. Welcome, buddy. Glad you can make it on the stream on this really crazy and wild game, but I'm glad you're here as well.
The World Council today agreed that
And by the way, this game is basically us playing... Basically the guy who chooses what gets seen by the public on a major news network.
punitive and potentially illegal sanctions should be imposed upon this country. The sanctions, which come into effect immediately, aim to stop the flow of food, fuel, and even some medicines from
Oh, man.
Tonight, we have guests from across the continent to discuss this unprecedented situation. For advance, Peter Clement is at his home in Lamfordshire. Are you there, Peter?
Yes, I can hear you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
A momentous day, Prime Minister. Are you shaken?
Oh, I don't scare that easy, I'm afraid, old son. And neither do the people of this country.
Well, joining us is Ivan Vodovich, Foreign Minister of Urkistan. Ivan, thank you for being here.
Great pleasure. You, Megan Wolf, are like strongest guy at the labor camp who wake up inside body of crazy, expensive prostitute. My country
What?
will be worshipped as a god.
Yeah.
Minister, as
We're
one of those arguing most strongly for these sanctions, how do you feel about Advance's defiant stance?
Vance is like man who think he have big career in movies land, when actually he in dirty sanitarium, screaming at mirror and holding tiny penis in hand.
He's clearly not
yeah.
from Finland, then.
That's...
Like some of the cleanest mental health care facilities in the continent, yeah.
And welcome to Svenland's Minister of Mojo, Björk. I'm sorry, we don't
Björk.
have your surname.
One vowel away from Bjork.
Socially divisive of surnames here, yeah.
Minister?
It's just Björk, yeah.
Right, Björk. Your country spoke in favour of Advance at the World Council today, but you were noticeably absent when it came to the actual vote.
Well, what a surprise. The hippies didn't show up for the fight.
Actually, that's quite racist, because if you must know, we were going to go to the whole, like, vote thing.
That's not a
It's
race.
actually the festival of Fued here at the moment.
Fued?
Generations. So, like, we whilst the vote was happening.
So that's all I can think of when this guy's
It's a
talking.
really time-consuming process, actually.
You're like sissy man. You have this expression, sissy man. It's like man with tiny penis who like to wash more than once a week.
Actually, that's quite homophobic, yeah,
Oh,
because...
stop winding him up, Ivan. We're not back at the Grange now. Sorry, Jeremy. Ivan and I used to play golf back in my media days.
Yeah, he always win.
Nothing gives him greater pleasure than grinding people's gears. The more publicly, the better.
Peter, You're like man with tiny penis who think
Oh
he
my
have
gosh.
tiny penis.
Why is that this guy's favorite expression?
Penis. The penis.
Why are you so obsessed with dick,
I was
dude?
just worried that when the rest of the world sees how well we're doing, they'll notice all that dosh that he's got squirreled away. Because that's what these sanctions are, Megan. They're the last pathetic gasp of an establishment in collapse. Wolves at the gates, Ivan, old mate.
Good. It can join others on my wall.
Actually, in Svenland, we have
Svenland.
like serious animal welfare legislation. And like my friend.
I like how they're making fun of Nordic countries.
Sorry.
I mean, in English,
Just every time I hear that the funny Swedish accent, I have to go Swedish Chef.
What became of her?
We seem to be wandering a little from the news here.
That's human interest, Jeremy. The real people behind the headlines and all that. So if you're watching, Jan, give us a call.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see if we can't organise a reunion.
Christ, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to run it past Mrs. Clement first, eh?
Peter, you're like man trying to empty ashes of mistresses into oncoming wind. Soon you have tiny penis.
Oh my
and
gosh.
full of secrets.
Oh my god.
We don't really go in for all that restricted monogamy stuff here. We're kind
Yeah,
of-
man. We're fluid. Polycules,
Well,
baby.
It seems that we are running out of time.
Yes, so before we go to the break, briefly, if you would, gentlemen, with the people of this country facing shortages and power
Possible shortages and power outages.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Possible shortages and power outages. Can you summarize your thoughts for us, Minister Bjerg?
Well, from here, yeah, you all look a bit stupid really arguing about outdated divisive concepts like money. In Svenland, we replaced currency with a system of bodily fluids back in the 19th
What?
century, and that's like a really hard to sanction.
What?
Thank you, Minister Votovich.
They offer blood money. Literal blood money.
The giant mutant hairy bear. When really he's just standing in field
Holding his tiny penis, yes. Thank you, Minister. And finally, Prime Minister Clement.
Jeremy has enough of all this shit.
Jeremy. Don't worry, everybody. Don't be afraid. Don't even lose a wink of sleep. We knew the rest of the world would react this way, and we're ready. As my old man used to say, you can't make a shite pie without blocking a few toilets.
Thank you, Prime Minister.
Reassuring words there.
We'll be back
after these messages.
Oh shit.
1 minute back.
Whew, that was close.
Hey, Peter.
That was close. I got it in. It's like, get the ad in, get the ad in.
Yeah, sure, front or back.
That's what I hope you're asking Megan Wolf for me.
She's out of your league, mate.
You have to be more careful.
It's all part of his long-term plan to get fired live on the news at 6 in front of the nation.
Can someone warn him it's going a little too well?
Hey, A+. There we go.
Nice.
Nice. Oh.
Whoa, okay.
Now you have to censor
Interesting.
stuff the government doesn't want you to hear.
Oh no.
And make wonderful memories. Because we've shown our international friends what's possible when we all pool our resources and come together in a sense of
Ominous.
So don't worry about what the rest of the world
Don't worry. We're like Cyberdyne. This is like very Cyberdyne-esque messaging here.
friends. And
Except without the creepy tech.
have confidence that the
Wait,
team
what's
will
Cyberdyne again?
from all the rest.
What's Cyberdyne from again?
Terminator.
Let's keep on saying
Ah, there we go.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first look at a theatrical sensation everyone's going to be talking about. But first, it's time to go over to the culture spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest. Jeremy.
Thanks, Megan. I have the honor and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome
Hey, that was good.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Thanks, Jerry.
Jesus.
It's an honor to be here on your show, the news. You know, as a kid on the streets, I used to watch you through a window of the shop, so to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
Well, you know, I try not to well, you know, the past is the past, and I don't like to dwell on it.
I understand. You
But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. Like, my mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born.
Charity shop.
The lady took pity on me. You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Wow, that's quite the childhood.
And she died tragically, right there in my arms, man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she laid there next to the used homeware. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18 months old.
18 months old.
What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Well, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just too hard.
Of course.
But my first album is about the story of the first 4
Fuck
times
off.
I starved, so I wouldn't starve.
I don't want to talk about my past, but let me tell you all about it.
They call me Mr. Cheese Slice.
Cheese slice, like a home slice.
Anyway, we were like a family.
So it would seem. Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
I love
Fuck
Jeremy.
the government. Fuck Advance.
Oh.
Fuck Peter Clement.
Oh.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well, you know, they stole from us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Redistributing it. Actually, homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last couple of months.
Hmm. So?
Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah. Nah, of course, man. Very much so. I just mean, like, why do I have to pay for it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
People have been rehoused on property seized from the historically wealthy. And that couldn't have been you, could it?
Look, yeah. I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing. And I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Would you say you worked hard?
I've heard that a million times before.
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me.
Not even to help, say, vulnerable children? Mr. Cheese Slice.
What is it you're trying to say?
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of
Or
like...
maybe it's hereditary.
Stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. I let the music speak for itself. And the people agree with me.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promise you was much more painful for me than it was for you. So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Ludlow's Tears.
Oh no, I'm going to do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
Oh, so this is...
Another musical segment? Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Excellent. Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's the worst that could happen? So
Bleep, bleep, bleep,
Oh,
bleep,
God.
bleep.
a new song.
The entire song is just one big long bleep.
He's probably going to diss the whole government right now.
You're gonna pay back.
Oh boy.
Well, we're all different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel the elation from your participation. Still 2 leaders in this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned, talking about expansion. Why does Julius require a massive fucking mansion? So fuck all your schemes. I don't need your freaky team, and I don't need your help to achieve my fucking dreams.
What's the blue down here? I'm just worried about this.
Blue is the government censorship.
Oh shit.
Get every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me, but I won't waste.
So if I don't censor that, advance will go down.
I may be inventive, my taste may be expensive, but why would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention, I like to eat a little of the fruits in my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. The best of the praise, of the crest of the wave, cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Take this fact, gonna stain it.
I'm getting this.
I'm into Peter Clemens motherfucking head, cause he's thick as shit. He's got a job he's unfit for. It's time to stone a couple with a motherfucking pitchfork.
Oh shit.
So this is for the snuff ones, the push and the shove ones, the hook.
I have to like change on the beat, not during the holds.
Ones who had plenty like a motherfucking Bentley. The ones who now finding that their bank accounts are empty. The ones of aspiration who had to flee a nation. The ones who built a business out of dreams of perspiration. There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance to see we're not all equal. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our needs are not the same. And the best of the praise serve the rest of the ways. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens motherfucking.
Oh, wow.
He's got a job, he's unfit.
Wow, that is an entire thing you just sort of bleeped away.
Yep. I mean, I don't want to rile up the people. Basically, anything that incites violence.
Gonna take his facts, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens motherfucking head. Cause he's fake as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to storm the castle with the motherfucking pitchfork. Chase that dream, you don't need a fucking team. And advances, little dances aren't as harmless as it seems. Cause they're stale and corrupt, then your anger erupt, then your hearts and your minds.
Oh man.
To destruct.
Wow. So much. Holding the sensor there. Gosh.
There's us there with his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs, and an attempt was made to censor some of your lyrics.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to
Yeah, oops.
that this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe it.
Here at the Natural Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral,
neutral?
unbiased, and independent of any outside.
I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah.
You have my word.
I think we might have a bias here.
Ideas.
We're all pro-government this channel.
Well, a bit of dangerous language there. Sorry about that. Well, thank you to little Jeremy Donaldson for providing our culture spot.
All right.
Coming up, we'll be speaking to a couple of
Ads.
familiar faces about their upcoming
There we
dramatic
go.
outing. Don't go away.
Just a reminder.
Huh?
Using that old VCR. With a new tape. Last ad break.
Oh, okay, so they just want you to pop out a tape and then put it and then put something else in for the last ad break. Okay.
That.
My father's going to hear about this.
I understand.
This is the bold new shampoo. Sure.
This is unbelievable, Megan.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jeremy.
A plus. Unbelievable.
Nice.
A Mobius strip?
Oh, by the way, the Red Ska wanted to ask you to hydrate, but they held off because it was time sensitive.
Yeah, do it. Do it, coward. Make us drink. Calling you out on stream, Brett Scott, if you're still there. Poise noise. Huh?
We did it. Hydrate.
There, hydrate. Wow. Is this how
Wow.
Mario? Is this how people think of Mario Party? Sports. Yep. Yep.
Welcome back, and no, you're not mistaken. Sitting across from us are some very familiar faces.
You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Did the stream
Here to
freeze?
talk about his new
It did?
The stream in
At least-
Discord froze.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
show. We're
Check
joined
again.
by
Yeah,
national treasure,
The stream in
Dennis
Discord
Harris.
is frozen.
Let me pause it and stop streaming and try it again. Please be better.
There we go. Now it's back.
And national deficit, Jeff Algebra.
Hey, look, we're at max viewers. Holy shit. Look at that brightness.
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
And where did the idea come from?
So, right, picture this. Their legs akimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog. And then Cindy comes in, she says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no, he comes to training sometimes. He's actually a pretty good goal sweeper. Anyway, so, yeah, Pete, he says, Toby, he thinks my name's Toby, you see. He says, how would you like to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation? How would you like to really make a difference in these desperate times?
How?
What did you say?
Yeah, right, yeah.
So, Jeff, the question on everyone's lips is, what in God's name are you doing here?
Well, after the success of my debut work and all the people that I've touched, I knew that I had a career in theatre.
Rephrase.
Please.
Touch.
My manager phoned and said that I'd been offered the Guinness director. I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
Oh no.
See that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
Hey!
No, I wouldn't say so. Right, Tommy, sorry, would you just give us a sense of what the show is actually about?
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It like really getting to the heart of how tough it is to be me. I call it Tommy Harris, Jesus, that was hard.
Catchy. We actually have some clips of the process of the show. Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around two things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings of scenes from my life.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the hells!
Philippa, what's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris?
I've always dreamed of treading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into.
What's different about this show, then?
Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as an actor. I've always suffered from typecasting, forced to play the same tired characters in every god-awful yogurt advert, or God forbid,
Damn the yogurt.
or God forbid, a pantomime. But you know, this show has really let me just go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show.
Oh, good question. I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that's really strength to strength.
Absolutely right. Jeff's contributions are immeasurable. He was our rock. Can you give us a sneak
The trousers, no.
Yeah, all sorts, yeah. We've got lots of exclusive first-hand experiences of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
And some epic fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
You'll never take the sacred pass!
Am I right in saying this was officially commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer, which, you know, to be honest, is actually a lifesaver, really.
I guess people are gonna get pissed about that.
Without advances
Yep.
support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Which frankly would have been a travesty.
It's like, we're paying for this shit? Dragon!
You do this
Is you, Flair?
Yes.
For what?
Not the right color, but yes.
Death?
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are.
Oh, stupid public.
By cleaning my ties, I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves?
We're performing all over the nation.
And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of a
Free! Everything's free! No catch.
Yes, it's unbelievable.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. Next time we see you, no doubt you'll have taken our jobs.
Yeah.
That's called foreshadowing.
Tomorrow, when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse.
Me?
I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. And from
It's your turn to be on the news, Zeus.
That's the ads. Let's get reset for tomorrow, please.
Hey, we must stop bumping into each other like this, eh?
Get out of here.
Oh.
What? Cool, we're done. A plus, A plus, let's go! First perfect
Oh my God,
score.
Look at that.
Love it.
Beautiful.
Skyrocket. I took a week off and I'm like, I'm a pro at this now. Advanced concern about language.
Concerned about language. You let some government stuff slip by.
Yeah. Ooh, a bonus.
A generous bonus.
You still can only afford coffee, though. No.
Nope.
Now
We're
you're
comfortable
comfortable.
All these shares. Cool. PC is what I'm supporting. The other company, not really. That's okay. Yep. Obviously, I dissed the vigilante, the anti-government.
You prepared your relationship with the TV
government
station.
Yep. Now time for Choose Your Own Adventure. Serenity cheered me on with the A plus ranking. I'm surprised no one played a Shadow the Hedgehog clear theme.
Well, now that you've asked for it.
It's coming.
A ladder worth climbing, or is it a step ladder worth climbing?
It's a lazy Sunday afternoon in summer, with you and Sam making the most of both kids being out of the house. You bang your head coming out of the cupboard, with the last 2 slices of homemade cake. Ooh, I like cake. It used to be much easier when you can store things in the pantry. It's rare for you and Sam to actually get to finish sweet things in this house, and you savor every moment. Just as you take your last bite, hear the sound of the front door slamming. That be Charlie, my son, coming back from the go-getters. You can hear him practically running to come find you, and he's grinning from ear to ear when he finally does. I have some really big news. You and Sam play along, sitting attentively with bated breath. Ready? Charlie said, as you both nod enthusiastically. With a flourish, he reveals a new badge from his pocket, and he proudly presents it for you to both examine. As he announces, as of today, I'm a member of the first tier of Cohesion Cadets. There's way more stuff I'm going to be doing, and I'll be working some weekends, but it's really cool. Say congratulations, but you can't help but frown. Or do we support our son? I don't see why we should frown at him. We are supporting the government, after all.
And we're government shills.
Yep. Uh-oh. Shopping, something that's always seemed so tedious before the sanctions, has become even more of a chore now. You managed to get almost everything you needed for the family this evening, but you'll have to come back tomorrow to get through the week. There's a queue to leave the car park, though it's hard to make out why in the dark. Hopefully whatever's causing it won't be too long. As the final car in front of you drives off, you realize the queue is actually due to a checkpoint you set at the exit. A friendly-looking man in advanced uniform, CCO emblazoned in a number of places on it, approaches your car and knocks on the driver's side window. You roll it down. Good evening. Nothing to worry about. I was just wondering if I could see your team membership card, please. Wait, weren't these cards supposed to be voluntary? Oh shit. I'm sorry, I don't have one. That's not a problem. We got forms with us right here, and we're more than happy to sign you up. The man gestures to his colleague behind him, a young woman in a similar uniform. She clearly received the short end of the stick and is stuck with the paperwork. Do we, or do we say why are they required?
Why are they required?
Well, strictly speaking, they're not, but there's also loads of benefits to having them, and no reason not to get one. His smile fades a bit, and when he puts a hand to scratch the back of his neck for a moment, he leans over you, his presence now seeming a little intimidating. Well, we've already drawn a line to sense, so sure. What could possibly go wrong? Sign me
I
up.
guess we're just gonna be government shills.
Yep. He gestures for his colleague to come over, and she quickly takes down your personal information, employment history, and also that of your family. There's quite a bit more than you were expecting, and the level of detail required is so surprising too. Still, a few minutes later, you're done, with the promise of your very own team membership card winging its way to you soon. Saves you from having to stop in the queue next time. Yep, that's all great. Don't forget to keep an eye out for the new team lottery starting up soon. Loads of great benefits to be won. You have a nice day now. The man is all smiles as he pats the bonnet of your car and waves you off. Free prizes for just having a card? Fantastic. Sure. We're not questioning the government.
Yep.
At the moment.
Nope. Absolutely not. Nothing bad will ever happen.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. Whack!
It's a Saturday, one of your few days off, and you made the most of it. But as the afternoon draws on, the invitation sits pinned to the fridge, staring accusingly at you. The Channel 1 Gala is a mandatory work event. Bosun was very quick to tell you. Also, don't you dare be late. Yeah, we can't miss this. We gotta go.
We already missed one request.
Yep.
Best start getting ready. You wonder if Sam will give you a lift. A drink or two might help with the enforced office socializing. Hopefully it won't be too bad. After all, you're pretty good at your job. Right? I feel like something crazy is gonna happen right now. You arrive on time, barely, at the Suavian, whatever. One of the oldest and grandest hotels in the capital. This is sounding like Hunger Games now. Oh shit. You're surprised to see a queue to get in, but quickly realize it's because people are being searched at the door by some very military-looking personnel in smart attire. While you're waiting, you can't help but notice just how very opulent the building is. Possibly the fanciest place you've been to in your life. You submit to being patted down, and with a sigh of relief are led to the hotel. Once inside, you're directed to the grand ballroom. And following the signs, you marvel at the sheer scale of the place, and the amount of armed security guards. When you finally arrived, a very severe-looking woman at the door asks your name. I'm Alex Winston. She curtly checks her list, before whispering something to the waiter beside her. You made it just in time to be seated before dinner. Please follow Emmanuel here to your table. The waiter smiles at you and opens one of the great double doors, gesturing for you to enter. Immediately you can see why it's called the Grand Ballroom. We take it all in. You feel a slight tap on your arm, and Emmanuel gestures for you to follow him. He seats you at a table in a central floor area, with a decent view of the stage. Clearly you're in Bozeman's good books at the moment. You're set with some colleagues you've seen around the Channel 1 offices before, but don't know that well. One of them informs you, far too excitedly, it's a very corporate evening of awards and speeches. At least the food should be good. Dinner's indeed lovely. With the help of the, no doubt, very expensive wine, conversation flows easily enough. In fact, much to your surprise, you're presented with an award for Best Newcomer to the Channel 1 family. Well, this is unexpected.
Interesting.
As you walk up to collect it, you recognize the presenter as Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey of Incisors fame. He thanks the advance for sponsoring this year's gala, before specifically thanking Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement for being in attendance tonight. As you take to the stage, you see the frontmost central table does indeed seat the Prime Ministers, as well as Bozeman, Megan, and some other very well-to-do types that you don't recognize. Well, that explains all the security. And you're handed the award. As you're handed the award, Dr. Atkinson Blimey asks if you'd like to say a few words. Wow.
Either is awkward or mean.
Let's not be mean. As you think advance, applause breaks out around the room. Though Peter and Julia stand out to magnanimously accept it before saying the night's not about them, but thanks all the same. As you head back to your seat, you see Bozeman nodding at you with a satisfied smile on his flushed face. Clear as the right speech. Just as you're finishing up dinner, one of the other people at your table points behind you. As you turn to see Bozeman walking briskly past, with Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement in tow, you're pretty sure he was pointedly ignoring you. He seems to be introducing the prime ministers to a selection by of people at different tables. Better them than you. You finish off the rest of the meal, listen to the last few speeches, and then head home. All in all, it was a surprisingly nice evening. You might actually look forward to the next one. Providing Bozeman invites you to that one, of course.
Fun.
Wealthy. The wealthy life. Well, what horrors are we about to unleash onto the world now that the government's getting more and more controlled?
Wave.
Here we go. Oh, the fan. Oh, shit.
Who's down the sun, have you?
Yes.
Which one's the company I support? I think it's this one.
Illusions are no substitute for air conditioning.
You know, I genuinely thought you'd be in a better mood today. She's not even here.
Yes, but he is. Our gun-toting handler.
Who, Andy?
I don't know what the fuck his name is, do I?
He's here to keep us safe from people like his rut.
More like keep us in line. Stupid guns.
No!
Fire. That good enough for you? Going in 5, 4, 3.
Here we go.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
This is gonna suck.
Headlines tonight. Siege mentality.
You have to keep track of the heat now, huh?
Yeah.
To enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions now entering their 10th week. In a statement from team headquarters a short time
It doesn't tell me which is good or not.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go with A.
Response to this unprovoked
So we have no choice then.
The World Council should make no mistake. This blockade and the illegal sanctions it seeks to enforce are an act of war and will be treated as such.
Ooh.
Any incursion, however slight, into our territory will be met with swift and deadly force.
We're violent now.
You have been warned.
Match day. Reformed bad boy Johnny Hamsleeves was seen out in public today for the first time since leaving rehab. The rehabilitated former sports star was photographed returning to public life, looking like a new man this morning.
A or B.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
Ever since his crowd-pleasing appearance on the Whitney Chinman show, the rumor mill has been wondering if a new relationship might be on the cards. Speculation is centered around his long-term confidant and friend, performance artiste Tiffany Lamore. The pair have been close since Johnny attended her debut protest show against Fur for Skin.
Fur for skin, okay.
Exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country
Old man?
to receive what teammate
Or young woman?
It's
young woman.
It's random, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Take up on the scheme has been much higher than expected, and if this lucky winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have one. Hard pill to swallow. Throngs of men take the streets in response to the release of new pharmaceutical responsibility. Remington's Fist's revolutionary male contraceptive.
A.
Something positive. Yeah.
Because we can't show them.
Government sim.
Yeah.
Government sim.
Happy men, not sad men.
For the wildly popular drug, with some customers camping outside for upwards of 72 hours.
Men will not do this IRL. Hell no.
Yeah, no.
They've scaled up production and will soon have manufactured enough
But
to
I guess I kind of get it. It's like contraceptive means you can have as much free sex as you want without worrying about knocking up ladies.
Some men left behind.
Is that what that means?
Escape craft construction
I
has
actually
been
don't know what the
hampered by
word means.
Yep.
Yeah,
Contraceptive.
contraceptives. Yeah. That's what that
Basically,
means.
it
This
removes
is-
your ability to breed.
This is what I get
As
for
the
being
perilious
ace.
scientists stuck in Dante's City,
You're welcome.
I've had to make the hard call of who won't be coming back due to their new vessel's limited capacity. Despite their promising start, it's fair to say that enthusiasm for the venture has waned. Frayed tensions have
Let's praise the scientists.
being rushed, and big problems that could have been avoided by just simply counting how many of them there are. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, it was decided that those who would be left behind should be the best able to adapt and survive. Let's hope they don't regret leaving the marine biologists in charge of the complex machinery. Burning down the house, the capital was put on high alert last night after disrupt terrorists set an emblematic fire in the heart of Parliament Park. Violent conflict broke out at the demonstration after a mob of so-called...
Yeah, we're not showing the symbol. We're showing the violent protesters.
On community cohesion officers.
As goofy as that looks, though.
With the methods of this increasingly violent rabble becoming ever more extreme, many are asking if the military should intervene. Colonel Phineas Mad Badger Fortingley Davis of the 1st Mounted Bastards Brigade said his men were, and I quote, oiled up and ready for action. All this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship, and her proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh my god, we're gonna see a cat. Kitty!
Oh, here we go. Oh god!
Oh, the power's off. Turn the fan on, turn the fan on.
I'm trying.
Uh-oh. The frequency.
Do you see how the people
Damn
of
it.
this great nation of ours are coping with this
God damn it.
unprecedented
You want if you want to restart.
Checkpoint. Where's the checkpoint? After the headlines? It's like I got dulled down. I realized the heat wave screwed me over so much.
They did that on purpose.
Ah, damn. All the way from the beginning.
Oh.
I'm sweating like Peter Clement in an off license here.
Okay, we're working on it.
What, you've got someone to hose down the sun, have you?
Yes, they've just strapped on their wax wings.
Classical illusion for air conditioning.
You know, I genuinely thought you'd be in a better mood today. She's not even here.
Yes, but he is. Our gun-toting handler.
Who, Andy?
I don't know what the fuck his name is, do I?
He's here to keep us safe from people like Disrupt.
More like keep us in line. I hate guns. Little goodies.
You think they would have enough money to pay for air conditioning?
Yeah.
Oh, the world's on fire. That good enough for you? Going in 5, 4, 3.
Well, alright. I'm just gonna play it out.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality. The World Council today established a military blockade to enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions now entering their...
What if I just do B this time? What
In a
happens?
statement from team headquarters a short time ago, Prime Minister Julia Salisbury issued a commanding response to this unprovoked escalation.
The World
Oh, it's
Council
gonna be
should
this
make no
time.
mistake. This blockade and the illegal sanctions it seeks to enforce are an act of war and will be treated as such. Any incursion, however slight,
Yep,
into our
same
territory
message.
will be met with swift and deadly force. You have been warned.
Match day, reformed bad boy.
Too bad we can't fast forward this. Alright, so we're not gonna restart.
Since leaving rehab. The rehabilitated former sports star was
Blah, 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 blah.
public life, looking like a new man this morning as he shopped with friends. Ever since his crowd-pleasing appearance on the Whitney Chin.
Look at all this
the Human
stuff
Mail has
over
been
here.
wondering if a new relationship might be on the cards.
Wavy heat.
Speculation is centered around his long-term confidant. and-
That's gonna be Orlando in about 4 months. 3 months.
Been close since Johnny attended her
Nah,
debut
4
photo
months.
show
It's gonna be bad.
against Fur for Skin. In it to win it. Exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a
Yeah, it's
new
probably gonna
monthly
be like
prize
that
draw
during
for all
Megaplex,
team
isn't it?
membership card holders.
Yep.
Every month, lucky winners from across the country.
Actually, let's do the old man
will
this
pick at
time.
random to receive what Team HQ are describing as unique prizes worth more than money used to be. Take up on the scheme has been much higher than expected, And if this lucky winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have one. Hard pill to swallow. Throngs of men take the streets in response to the release of new pharmaceutical responsibility.
I still love that name. Responsibility.
First hit
I
our
hate
shelves
it.
earlier this month. And as a result, scores of men have been queuing around the block and around the clock ever since. Pharmacies up and down the territory report that they are
Yeah, we're
able to
promoting
meet the demand for the wildly popular drug,
rampant sex with men.
some customers
Hooray!
waiting outside for upwards of 72 hours.
I mean, you are
Satisfied
Zeus.
CEO Sophia Rillington
It's
says they have
fitting!
scaled up production and will soon have manufactured enough to satisfy even the randiest of consumers. Some men left behind. Escape craft construction has been hampered by problems as the beleaguered scientists stuck in Dente's taint have had to make the hard call of who won't be coming back due to their new vessel's limited capacity. Despite their promising start, it's fair
All right,
to
we're
say
gonna
that
make fun of the
enthusiasm
scientists.
for the venture has waned. Trade tensions are rumored to have led to plans being rushed and big problems that could have been avoided by just simply counting how many of them there are. Deciding it would be wise to put their best foot forwards, the team have imposed a minimum IQ requirement for those that would like to make the journey home. The limit is said to be somewhere between the astrophysicists and the geologists. Burning down the house? The capital was put on high alert last night after disrupt terrorists set an emblematic fire in the heart of Parliament Park. Violent conflict broke out at the demonstration after a mob of so-called protesters from the radical group launched an unprovoked attack on community cohesion officers in attendance. With the methods of this increasingly violent rabble becoming ever more extreme,
Rabble, rabble, rabble,
many
rabble.
are asking if the military should intervene. Colonel Phineas
Would you really be intimidated by these guys? They're not any more intimidated like than like freaking Team Skull from Pokemon. Honestly.
I mean, they in this picture, yeah.
And I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the
But I guess it's the same thing for the scientists wearing the dunce hats.
Yeah.
a proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh, there's the frequency.
Frequency time.
Got it. We're okay.
I want to check the heat again.
Oh, it's moving. Yeah, the power button.
But first tonight, our team of correspondents has been dispatched to every corner
House
of the
close.
country
Yeah.
to see how the people of this great
Thank you.
nation of ours are coping with this unprecedented hot weather. First, let's go to Megan Wolf in Shining-on-Sea to see what the scientific community has to say. Megan?
Global warming,
how's
right?
the weather there?
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you. for
Ah,
asking.
crap.
I'm here with Dr. Anna Burns of the University of Princeton. Are you enjoying the weather as much as I am?
Oh, yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? My eyelids are sweating.
I've been there.
And you're part of a team carrying
Ah,
out
come on.
what's causing this unbelievable heat, is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we want to be able to reassure the public once and for all that there's absolutely nothing to worry about and that they can enjoy their sunstroke and fossil fuels in peace.
You sound very confident about that.
Oh, very much so. I can say without any hesitation, there's really no cause for any concern here. I've actually left my car running.
Yay.
Tell us about this experiment.
Well, we take data from weather stations from all over the world, along with atmospheric samples, and we take all that and we feed it into this state-of-the-art computer, and very
Yes.
soon we'll be
Right
getting
from the
a
60s, baby.
the results.
Blimey, that sounds very fancy.
I should just say, none of this would be possible without the generous support of Rivington's Fist. This is all thanks to their unrivaled investment in our future.
It's off.
May I
Fans
say,
off.
Complimentary personal anecdote.
Why does this keep turning off?
And, as expected, everything is absolutely fucked. Hang on.
What?
This can't be right.
Right, but
Again.
Frequency, no.
Well, actually, under concern level, it just says, "Why, God,
Why?
Should be celebrating these wonderful results, I think.
Yeah? We need to evolve gills within 40 years.
You look thirsty.
Here it
I
just
mean...
says, shit.
You, this is meant to be a celebration.
station. Can't go around looking like that. There you go, much better. Can I just say thank you again to Sophia Remington for providing all of this? Everyone, we don't have long time.
We're fucked, man. Oop.
Absolutely right. That is all we have time for. Abandon hope and return to the forest. There you are.
What?
I'd like to thank Dr. Burns for just one opinion on the climate. The sea will reclaim us all. There you have
We
it,
will become fish people. The fish furries are right.
But everything is just fine. I'm Megan Wolf.
In the end, the fish furries will win.
Megan Wolf there, attempting to do some actual news. Next, heads over to Robin Short, who's in Scritchford with some of the winners of this week's team membership lottery. Robin?
Thanks, Jeremy. I'm here in
Lottery, huh?
Gary
Tell us about this
Goldstein,
wonderful government
a
program.
janitor at the local school, and Amelia Jackhammer, an aspiring poet. Both of you were drawn at random from those who hold team membership cards to receive this week's amazing prize.
Shit.
How do you feel? Filled with fervent euphoria.
Yeah, good, yeah.
And all that we had to do was fill in a quick form or two. Wow, that sounds so convenient. But we're all dying to know, what have you won?
That's right, Robin. I've won dinner with Julius Salisbury at one of the capital's top restaurants.
Ooh, swanky.
And I've been invited to Peter Clement's house to help him dredge the gutter in.
That's
Absolutely terrific.
lottery.
Both being
What?
to the moon.
I've written a poem about it.
So, can you tell me about the moment when you first heard the news?
Well, I was battling against a particularly difficult floater, probably
Ah.
the sixth formers, when the headmaster came and found me.
I was involved in a similarly brutal conflict with a particularly arduous stanza.
So you were both polishing turds?
Frequency again.
Oh, I
Fuck.
don't like to polish them. I like to keep them intact for my collection.
Oh. How unexpected.
I don't polish turds. I write poetry.
Potato, potato. So Gary,
Peter Clement's going to let me keep the contents of his downpipe.
there's no harm in asking, I suppose.
Would you like to hear one?
No, thank you. Gary, when you signed up for team membership, was it in hopes of winning the lottery, or were there other reasons?
I like a flutter, of course, but no, the boss said I had to sign up to keep coming into school.
Very sensible. It's important to know who we're trusting around our children.
Oh, I have an unpublished book of sonnets about children. Perhaps you'd like to hear one.
No.
Or an anthology of haikus on the death of innocence.
I'd rather hear about Gary's third collection.
Really? I thought you might say that.
Are you all right?
There's a lot of interference today, huh?
Mm-hmm. The heat.
Makes sense.
It's inspiration and it's delicious.
Right you are.
Today on the show there's no news. Just a man who keeps multiple poos.
Here, this big one's my favourite. See how it's fibrous? Really.
Why?
Would you encourage
Why?
people to enter for their choice?
Why? Who vets these people to be on the news?
No!
The national news lost its way when it covered some crap on a tray.
So wrong.
Some of these are quite rare.
Maybe that was unfair.
And that's all we have time for today.
This is how people view the news.
Jeremy.
Full of shit.
Thanks, Robin. What a lucky pair they are. And finally,
He
in this
took his
segment,
suit off.
it's over to
I cannot wait to see
who's
this
gone to the
later.
smelliest town in the country to see how the unprecedented weather is affecting the locals. Patrick?
Hello there, Jeremy. Hello, yes. I'm here live in Grizzleford, which has recently voted the smelliest town in the country. And I have to say that, in this heat, the smell really is. I mean, it's something.
Ah, great.
Barry Lardons, mate, you've lived here your whole life. How'd you put up with the stink?
Well, we're just all very proud of our achievement, to be honest with you. Can tell that, look at him, proud as punch. Do you know what it's like, son, being the second smelliest town?
No.
Living in the shadow of Arseminster. I smug fucks. But who's laughing now, eh?
Well, not me, that's for sure. So what happened, mate?
Right, the good people from Remington's Fist came in and saved the day with their factory.
You're talking, of course, about the newly built Flard factory.
Yeah.
Flard? Sounds like a Futurama factory. With a slurm.
As soon as we heard about the stench, we paid them whatever they wanted to put it here.
stink not affect your life in every way, Barry? I mean, perhaps if you're filling in a tax return or completing the physical act of love.
It's strong at first, but you get used to it after several weeks.
Weeks of that? No.
Judges were very impressed.
So, what's the sickness?
Oh, that's nothing to worry about. It takes a few minutes before you develop any symptoms. Now, folk are saying something about the production line and how they dump carcasses directly into the water.
Oh.
But I think it's probably a few.
Oh boy.
On the high street.
On the high street. Should I see a doctor? What are the symptoms?
Well, the first one is asking stupid questions. That experience a loss of inhibition.
Fuck off, do they? When was the last time you brushed your teeth, this stinking old tramp?
The next recording is a period of randomly bursting into song, followed immediately by delusions of grandeur.
I thought we had a problem, little song of my life. Hello, it's sexy Patrick Bannon, and he's wearing sexy shorts now. Oh my God, look at me. I'm like a stallion. I'm gorgeous. Why didn't you tell me? I should take my shirt off. You know what?
Nope.
I'd like to touch me if you want.
That will be the bout of undeserved self-confidence.
Love the Bannon. Feel the Bannon. Oh man, what's that?
Jeremy on the other screen has his head in his hands.
I think it's less head in hands and more I am dying of the heat, send help.
The heat and content.
Ah yes, now the Brits finally know what it feels like to live in my neck of the woods. And he's dead.
Don't worry, folks.
He's
When
dead.
he wakes up, he'll be just fine. We'll just find a place to stick him where it won't matter how many times he evacuates his bowels.
No! Don't talk about that.
Right. That's all here from Grizzleford, a town that's really making a stink. I'm Barry Lardons. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Barry. With a naval blockade being set up around our coastline as we speak, when we come back, I'll be talking to 3 members of the general public who appear to be here purely for medical reasons. Don't go away. Unless, of course, you've got something better to do. We'll be
This
back.
next section features a potentially controversial guest, and Barnes may request some censorship if he goes too
Oh hey,
We have a video here.
there's a new tape for you.
That's from.
Oh, it disrupt tape.
Yep, disrupt tape.
So if we wanted to go anti-government.
Yep.
Standards and are the envy of an increasingly jealous world. And with these newfound luxuries,
Yes, the world is so jealous of us.
for those who have put the needs of the team
Alright, see you, Dirk. Bye, Red Ska. Have a good night.
How many dragon friends do you have?
There's my girlfriend, there's you, there's Red Ska, there's... Oh, yeah. So many. Kuros is a Komodo dragon. There's just so many in this fandom. And they just end up liking the same things I do. It's crazy.
will automatically be entered into a lottery to win life-enhancing prizes. And why wouldn't you register? After all, the team membership card is your passport to your world-class public service.
Yes, public services.
Absolutely.
It's peak socialism, baby. Nothing will go wrong.
Yeah, totally.
After all, how can we help you if we don't know who you are?
If we don't...
Look after the team, and the team will look after you.
Look after the team, they say.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, your host, Jeremy Donaldson. Later,
Why does the building not have air conditioning?
Territory's first cat football team, Professor Pumpkin. But first, I'm joined by 3 guests with some balmy bodily behaviors. Joining me is a woman who's been hiccuping for over 9 months.
Oh, no.
Isn't that right, Miss Piercy?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Tell us, what brought all this
9
on?
months, I'd be dead.
It's all a bit of a blur.
I would hate this so much.
With you. So I was watching your show and I remember seeing the news about the election and it hasn't stopped since.
Fascinating stuff. Also here is Cranky Steampipe. Perhaps you could explain to us exactly what your physiological foreboil is.
I'm here to say it's high time people like me were respected. We're constantly overlooked in the workplace, we're whispered about on buses, and we're asked politely to leave children's birthday parties. and it's disgusting. I'm sorry, my bowels have comic timing.
And finally,
No.
I'm joined
What
by
the
a man who
fuck?
answers every question honestly, even when it isn't aimed at him. How do you cope with that, Mr. Freeman?
With a combination of booze, self-hatred, and hardcore pornography.
Is that
Not according to my therapist.
Damn it.
In that case, let's speak to Rose. Tell me, how does the hiccuping impact you?
I get shushed a lot, which is hard. At work, they've asked me to stop answering the phones. It's really affecting my confidence.
Well, I find it really fucking irritating.
Do people tend to believe your story?
Fuck no.
Actually, I've been surprised at how much support I've received.
And Frankie, why have you come here today?
Because my wife left me, and I was hoping that the fame would win her back.
We've started a group for people with ailments deemed broadly comical by society. It's called Take Us Seriously.
That's right. And we bloody well mean it.
And who's joined so far?
A bunch of fucking losers.
Just us so far.
And how much success have you had?
Well, we've seen some real positive changes.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's been a
Yeah,
phenomenal
toot.
success.
Shit all. Not a single person come to our fun run, and all of our leaflets fell in the canal.
Well, Miss Piercy, some people are saying your condition was actually caused by the shocking events of that night. What do you think?
Come down, Mr. Donaldson. That's absolute rubbish.
What it'd be like to have a pair of tits.
Could you?
What?
I'm sorry, it's very hot. What was I
It's
thinking?
very hot.
No.
Or a sellout cunt.
Apologies. Just a reminder that he can help it. Hey, if this isn't live television, then what is it?
Fuckfest of propaganda masquerading as journalism.
Oh, here we go.
Right, Frankie, Rose, tell us, how can the viewers get involved with your cause?
Yes, we're holding a sponsored run in Capital Park next weekend. It's called the No Smiles 13
No Smiles 13 miles.
It's called the No Laugh Half. What did I say before the show?
That it was the team pulling Jeremy Donaldson's strings.
No, I didn't Well, we may have to end that there, unfortunately. What a harmless bit of fun.
Steady on! This is exactly what I'm talking about. We demand respect.
Yes, well, later, I'll be talking to Professor
What?
Buckley.
What?
A ginger tabby with a
Oh, the government.
penalty pause.
Oh, right,
Is
yeah.
that really necessary?
No, it isn't. Let go. Not you.
Unhand him at once!
Listen, enough! That's enough! Enough!
Whoa, God.
Oh my God.
Piss myself.
Alex, don't you dare! Don't you fucking dare cut to the ads before I tell you to. Now, you in the broadcast centre.
Oh, shit.
Bozeman's little scapegoat.
Ah!
You listen to me.
Oh, God.
You cut to the ads before I tell you to, and I will kill every single person in this studio.
What the heck?
I am
Wow, Jeremy, Jesus.
I've been thinking about it for a long time. We all should be. Christ, it's so fucking hot in here. Do you remember we used to do the real news? Before it was all lottery winners and bloody cat football? We are on the brinks of a siege, the likes of which the world hasn't seen in hundreds of years. The enemy is at the gates, and I'm stuck here talking to these three fucking idiots.
I think my hiccups have stopped.
Ooh.
You three, get the fuck out of my studio. Go on, now, go. Before I change my
Do we
mind.
obey him? I guess we have a hostage situation. We have to.
Jenny, lock the doors.
We can't go to ads.
Lock the doors.
Yes, Jeremy.
Good. Yes. Now, right then. You in the broadcast centre. Alex, you listen to me. You pay attention. Now, I'm sure you've already loaded up exactly what you're going to play in the commercial, but today is going to be a little bit different. Look to your right. Yes, really.
Oh, shit.
All right, there is a
Oh, no.
And I want you to load it into a
He is part of the
When
resistance.
I say so, and not before, you play it. You've got about 15 seconds, so I wouldn't waste any time. Now, all cameras.
I assume you won't be playing that tape. This station does not negotiate with terrorists.
That's true.
Made myself clear. You seem to know what to do.
Every single thing that comes out of this studio is either one.
So, we're a government shill, unfortunately. Or do we
Yep.
stop being a shill and save people's lives?
You want to stop being a shill? Maybe see what this is all about?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to go with Jeremy.
He's made a few salient points.
So we're just gonna play the tape. Fuck the government now.
Yeah, play the tape. Fuck it.
We're not gonna have much time.
Grab the tape from the right.
Play your fucking tape.
Grab the tape from the right.
I see anything I don't like, I will not hesitate to start by killing this man. Now, reset the system for the third segment.
Alex, you're going to get me in trouble with that.
I had no choice. People are gonna freaking die, you idiot.
On your walls. You've heard them lie about us on the news. We are the resistance. We are disrupt, and we're going to tell you the truth. Advance aided by the mass media are lying to you. The elderly are not a burden. The rich were not all crazy. And the team membership card is an ID card, no matter how tempting the prizes are. But who am I to tell you this? A voice from the shadows trying to tell you that everything you know is wrong. Why would you trust a man too scared to show his own face?
Oh, hello.
Switch on. Please, don't switch
Is
on.
that isn't that the fucking writer guy?
Yeah,
James.
Ellen James.
And I think that certain rights are worth fighting for. The right to keep the rewards of our own hard work. The right to be kept alive in our dotage. And the right to question our government without worrying what our children will report to their fellow go-getters. I love this country. It may be what I am, and I'll fight for it. In fact, I'll die for it, if I have to. But I can't do it alone. Disrupt are a growing movement, but we need your help, your support. Please, look for us, find us, and if you also know in your heart that there is something deeply wrong in this country, join us. Resist. Disrupt.
I had speech, look. But this was unexpected.
Well, we saved our lives, but at what cost?
So what now, Jeremy?
It was supposed to be your day off.
God, please, don't do any more stupid things today.
How long, Jenny?
You already lied.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Joining me, unexpectedly, for I very much imagine will be my last broadcast.
Yeah, you're gonna die by the government.
Jenny works here at the National Nightly News and is someone I consider, well, a friend. And
Look at the viewership. Look at this crazy viewership I'm getting because of this.
What's your name?
Everybody's tuning in to see this. The entire country's probably tuning in to see this.
We don't call him that anymore. He's a community cohesion official.
Officer.
Sorry?
It's community cohesion officer, CCO.
And how's that feel, Andy? Being rebranded?
It's good. it's not about confrontation anymore. You know, the force had its fair share of problems.
You don't have to worry about this anymore.
The team doesn't have as many.
But it's still
For now.
The heat was like, hold on, I need to stop being heat for a moment.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Christ, you're fucking useless, aren't you? We'll come back to you later. Jenny?
Don't want to be on the news, Jeremy.
That's perfectly understandable. You'd want to do this. Jenny, why did you join the National Nightly News team?
I always wanted to work in news.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but why specifically this program? The National Nightly News.
It was the news everyone trusted. Is. Do you really want to quibble semantics at gunpoint?
Is there something else you'd rather discuss?
Well, there is a great big Alan James-sized elephant in the room you seem to be ignoring.
What do you mean?
I saw your face when that pig came down. You didn't know, did you?
It's about the message, not the messenger.
Like I said, you didn't know.
No. I didn't know. The people I met were with... He wasn't there. I didn't know it was Alan James.
I'm sorry. But seriously, Alan
Fucking James. You're flushing your life down the toilet for... God, I love you, Jeremy, but...
He's a good speaker. He's popular in the country.
He's also a nut by a lot of people.
That right.
But the voice of reason,
Look at
right?
Alan, James. There is still something deeply wrong. And you know it, Jenny. And you know it, Andy. And you know it too. Meanwhile, I'm interviewing a guest who stinks of shit. Patrick is paddling about in shit. And Robin is literally interviewing someone who collects the fucking stuff.
Yeah.
It's not sophisticated, Paul. What a metaphor. We are sleepwalking our way into oppression, and the news isn't saying anything.
Oh, I'm still in a government chill.
Not saying anything.
Yeah.
Says who? Fucking James.
So we're now anti-government, are we?
I guess that's the position we've taken.
Yep. I'm letting it play.
Andy, your turn. Make yourself fucking useful. How many people have you brought in for consultations just because they weren't
Here we
cards
go.
or didn't have team membership cards?
Oh, well, there's other forms of identification that we will accept.
For how long?
We're just here to help.
Then why do you need these?
Yeah. Why the guns?
Not really help when it's offered at gunpoint, is it, Andy? Let me demonstrate it for you. Let me help you. You read these cards and my notes on it, and you'll probably digest a fact.
Damn.
That'd be helpful, wouldn't it, Andy? Knowing a fact?
What? I don't understand.
Do you want my help, Andy?
Yes, whatever you say, yes.
Security are here, Jeremy.
Eat it.
What?
Eat the fucking news, Andy, or I'll force it down your fucking throat.
Jeremy, stop.
Go on.
Really?
Eat it. Eat it, you fucking bully.
Jeremy, stop. They will kill you. Please, don't make me watch that.
And because I'm not censoring it, my viewership is still...
Still drastically high.
Yep, because the people want to know the truth.
You can put the card down now, Andy. You can go now. You too, Jenny. Fuck off over there. We're nearly done. All cameras on me.
Mm-hmm.
This new regime of ours is so seductive. I understand that. But before we all hand off our freedoms, should we ask to whom we're handing them over? Don't you want to know what's being done in your name? How many people were transitioned last month? A record high. Again, if you care. Shouldn't someone ask Advance how they plan to deal with this blockade? How many years or months of supplies we have? Why aren't we asking these questions instead of, whose shit is this? There's a cat backstage dressed as a fucking goalie, for Christ's sake. He's even got the little gloves. Anyway, that's why I arranged for you to see that broadcast in the last break.
You forced us.
I didn't know it was going to be him, but I guess that just about sums it up. We are all up Ship Creek with a paddle made of Alan fucking James. Christ, it's all so fucking pointless. I was going to quit tonight. Take a holiday. Try something else. Out of the limelight. Maybe try having a relationship. I hear they're nice. Never tried it. I love it. And now, well...
God, Jeremy, don't!
I've tried my best to be honest with you, but this just isn't the news anymore. And I'm sorry. I've lost this fight.
Alex, think of the consequences.
I've let you down.
Should he?
All of you.
Cut to the ads.
My name's Jeremy
Now!
Donaldson.
Do it now!
If you can, somehow.
Do I?
envy you.
I don't know.
No, I have to. I can't.
Oh, it does. It does that anyway.
Or was that?
I guess.
Did you do that, Zeus, or was that?
No, I clicked off. I couldn't. I wasn't about to show someone killing themselves on air.
Was he going to do it though?
That's the thing.
I don't know.
Hey, he's still got an A+ though.
Either die or hero. Yep.
Yay! Because that's what's important here.
The Donaldson situation has been resolved. You planned the advert too late. Advanced anger by content. Of course they are. We still get money.
Yeah, the channel's still paying us, which is great.
Things are looking up. And the government hates us.
But we're getting support from
Disrupt. Now,
Disrupt, yeah. And the channel still loves us, so cool.
Because we made a good show. So we're just gonna play this. Like, we're gonna be pro advance, and now we're gonna be pro disrupt now.
Disrupt, yeah.
Going forward, this big old giant.
We figured out the government's a piece of shit anyway now.
Yeah. You wake up, still partly in shock from what you saw on the news last night. Well, you had to edit on the news last night. When you come downstairs, you find your family sat in the living room, waiting for you. You take a seat on the sofa next to Sam. Sam swallows, hesitant before starting. We were so worried about you last night. After Jeremy, everything that happened. Sham shakes their head. I wonder what they'll do with him now. Are you okay? I can't shake the feeling might be right.
Yep.
Sam glances at Charlie, and then back to you. We saw that you chose to play that tape. They pause before continuing. And I couldn't help but wonder why. It seemed like the right thing to do. But honestly, I didn't feel like I had a choice.
A little bit of both, honestly.
Yeah.
What? That's not good enough. Disrupt are bad people. I can't believe you did that. Right, because we sent our son to be indoctrinated. Charlie's outbursts seem to come out of nowhere, and no one in the room is prepared for it. Do you even know how this stuff affects people? You're a fucking idiot. Sam tries to interject. Charlie. But has already slammed the door.
No. We sent our son to a cult.
Charlie's always a bit black and white about this sort of thing. For what it's worth, Alex, I think you were in an impossible situation. And somehow, you managed to make the right call. I agree. I didn't want to let 3 people die like that for not complying. Sam throws their arms around you. Only you were stuck in that studio having to make that choice. No one can criticize what you did, and I'm proud of you. You've never been so grateful to have Sam support you. You take a deep breath and gather your thoughts. It's all a lot to take in. You're not sure you fully processed what happened last night, let alone what Charlie and Sam think about it at all. You sign absentmindedly turn on the TV.
Man, it's a good thing our daughter is just not here.
Yeah,
She's
right?
touring the world.
Yep.
She's living her life and having fun.
Yep. Probably for the better. It's nice you've at least got some company. The TV is playing through some old Western show, but it's not quite as distracting as you'd hope. You are never going to please everyone. The name of the game. And reality in general.
Oh boy. It's been over a year now since the game began.
It's been 6 months since you and Sam last discussed Grandma's ever-increasing medical costs. And Emma, whilst very pleasant, has proved as expensive a nurse as you feared. You can't quite believe it's been that long already, but the sanctions are really starting to hit home now. And unfortunately, the government's only solution to help the ailing elderly is a day trip to a transition center. Why does everything always seem to come back to money? This time, it's you at the kitchen table, surrounded by bills and paperwork, when Sam comes to join you. Today, Emma told you there's really nothing more you could do, except an expensive experimental new treatment that might not even help. Sometimes your mom wants a treatment. More often, she talks about visiting a transition center. It's hard to know what she really wants. Sam puts a hand on yours. What are we gonna do, honey? She's your mother. It has to be your choice. That's tough. But I don't... What's the transition center? Is that like government stuff?
I mean, it's some sort of government thing, but I don't actually know what it is. Let me look it up.
What do you think, DJ?
Transition center.
What do you think, chat?
It's a 50. It's a 50-50. I don't know. Do we want to respect the fucking elderly? I don't know. I mean, the elderly is also just sort of talking about whatever. Hmm.
We are.
Okay.
I think our funds are going to tank, so we probably should try our best to save money, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, designed to provide short-term and low-intensity restorative care to these older adults experiencing or at risk for delayed discharge.
Yep, transition center.
Sounds about right.
These things are never really a choice. Hopefully the kids will understand. It was all you could do given the circumstances. If only things had been different. One year. Holiday update.
It's been a year.
Just as you're finishing up a breakfast, Sam comes in with a post. Oh, we got a postcard from Susie. I hope she's having fun on her trip. Sam reads it aloud as you finish getting ready for work. So I've been what feels like most of Urkistan. Really cool place, but so cold. Hope Chippy enjoyed the gift. And before you say anything, yes, you were right to make me pack the extra pair of socks. Thank you. Next, we got on a train to Konisalva. Much warmer and loads of beaches to enjoy. I could have stayed there forever, but had to head to San Palmerino before it got too cold. And I'm so glad we did. We probably got 1 or 2 more stops before heading home, but I'll be back in time for Christmas. I promise. Hope everyone's doing well. Love, Susie. Sounds like a hell of a trip. I'm glad we sent her on there.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Broadcast time. Week war. Oh God.
A war?
So don't do advance. Stay out of the orange, it says?
Yep.
Crazy Neil, right?
Yes, sir.
So, Julia's team have asked me to ask you to keep it low. Do you, where you turn politicians into humans?
So what are we looking at?
Don't get drawn into talking about the war.
Just this. Keep it out of the orange, right?
They do know this is the
Yeah.
news, don't they?
The interference, you need to keep it out of the orange for this to not allow disrupt to air whatever it is they're airing. But if you want to let them do that, you can put your thing in the orange instead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ratings, you mean, up here? Or...
No, not the ratings, the frequency.
No, whatever. Yeah. Like, if you want to let them hack the system, just let it happen, essentially.
Got it.
How are you?
But we also have more buttons over here. I worry.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. I was like, I saw that. I was like, oh, the console changed.
10 seconds, everybody.
So he definitely killed himself. You can tell with the way they're talking about him.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. It's the 140th day of war.
War.
Our main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today.
There's a new game.
Armed forces tested the metal.
Oh, I can see that's the sensor button. It's just, I guess we got upgraded equipment now.
The World Council's illegal blockade. Advances strategy of multiple small-scale incursions.
You gotta show the horrors of war, right?
Certainly keeping
Yes.
the enemy on high alert. Unable to work out where or when the next strike will come. Sadly, however, more casualties were reported today, and as the weeks and months of this war make ever more demands on our armed services, those numbers will, tragically, only continue to rise. Don't starve. Advance's food program moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time.
Yeah, we don't want to promote the government.
Cultural coordination strategy has seen shelves restocked.
I don't want
with
all those
increasing
new buttons on that little
regularity.
diamond-shaped thing.
However, with the reported rise in mental and physical health issues since the imposition of the blockade, critics have questioned whether those smaller communities which are only now starting to receive help could have been better and quicker served. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success. Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been met with relief by the many organisations calling for
negative
it to be
government
opened up
program.
to the wider community. With dwindling medical supplies leaving many of our most vulnerable facing chronic pain, it can come as no surprise that the transition centres have found themselves stretched to capacity. Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a team membership card.
Yep.
A worrying statistic.
The fascist
given
checkpoint.
that cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight. While
Oh my
applications
gosh.
are still open for those who like to run fashionably late, they can expect a few tricky questions from advance. Start me up. Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Mankipool. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture the public's imagination.
Yeah,
A representative from the Mankipool Community Cohesion Team described the event as mostly peaceful, but it looks like Disrupt aren't going quietly into the night. And finally tonight, our mutual friend. Bail was denied in the High Court today for shamed former National Nightly News anchor.
Oh, he's alive.
The presenter will be transferred to new lodgings at Pendlebury.
Which one?
While the lengthy preparations for his trial
I'm guessing
is still
this
8
one.
months away.
Yeah.
Following his very public breakdown on this program 10 weeks ago, the once loved presenter was disarmed and taken into custody.
Oh, okay, so he got arrested.
Yeah.
Let's hope Dr.
They probably stopped him
Himself
from killing
becomes
himself.
a great man.
Yeah.
But first tonight, with the war about to enter its 21st week, I'll be chatting with Peter Clement live in an exclusive team talk from his home in Lanfordshire. Don't go away. You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Here we go. Let it tank, right?
If there is an orange thing on it, then yeah, maybe. Otherwise, you just gotta follow it, I guess.
Yeah, I think.
No, you
Yeah,
gotta
I think
follow
that
it
was
when the. It's not the viewership ratings that go into the orange. It's it'll be a bar on your on your interference thing that is orange.
Got it. So like you let him hack in. Got it.
Yeah.
Later in the program, I'm thrilled to say I'll be chatting with mega pop star Lil C, who's going to be treating us to a world premiere of her new single. And then after that, in part 3, we've got something new I promise you won't want to miss.
Because they want the viewership, so we don't want to tank the broadcast.
Let's check in with Prime Minister
We want
Peter Clement,
people to see
who's
it.
coming to us through the magic of television all the way from his home in Lanfordshire. Are you receiving me, Prime Minister?
Loud and clear, Miss Wolf. Loud and clear.
Well, let's start with the obvious. What's that in your hand, Prime Minister?
Here we go.
Cow.
Yep.
As some of you will know, I spoke today to the people of Mankipool, and apparently after I had left, there was some violence and looting. This always intrigues me because the crowd I speak to...
Follow the
are not
orange.
an
Yep,
angry
there you go.
mob. They're ordinary people, like you and me, who care about where our country is...
Doesn't matter because they're not seeing it.
...character of the people taking us place. So why are this troublesome element always the focus of the news stories? Someone must have decided to make them the story. Someone, maybe, who'd rather you fear us than listen to us. Maybe the news has an agenda beyond impartiality. We do not condone violence and looting. We are not anarchists, but we do understand the anger of a voice silenced, and we believe that voice is worth fighting for.
Oh.
They're gonna merge now, yep.
When life gives you shite, make shite pie.
It works just as well with lemons and
Uh-oh.
lemonade.
Oh, again?
Apparently.
10 weeks ago, Jeremy Donaldson took control of the National Nightly News. He wanted to warn you about Altergrave and Grantham Downs and the dark science being conducted there, and he was right. There was a top-secret military lab at Grantham Downs, and testing facilities in the tunnels deep under Altergrave. But they are no longer occupied. The project is complete or abandoned. The tunnels are collapsed. The labs are just empty rooms. Maybe one day we'll find out what they were doing there, and maybe we'll wish we hadn't. But without Jeremy Donaldson, we never would have known to look. And so today, we make him an officer of Disrupt in absentia. Stay strong, Jeremy. You have friends.
We all did. And let's face it, there are still plenty of people in this country who could afford to lose a little bit of weight.
Still not losing viewers.
What are you implying? No, but seriously, Prime Minister, we know you're very busy, but one final question, if I may.
Oh, well, go on then.
When you get home from a long day, your head full of the territory's hopes and fears, what music do you listen to when you work out to take your mind off things?
Well, I know I've got a bit of a reputation for being an old fuddy-duddy, but I'd be lying if I didn't say there's something about Little C that just demands one's attention.
Well, let's hope you stay watching, Prime Minister, because she is going to be talking and performing live after the break.
More music! Yeah!
After all, as my old man used to say, everything's a treat on a boring Friday with nothing but the wind up your shunt.
It's Wednesday, Prime Minister.
I think the expression still stands.
Peter Clement, thank you for joining me. I don't know about you at home, but I think there's something kind of inspirational.
Gonna play some Crazy Neil soon.
When we come back, Lil C is going to be giving us the debut performance of her new single, and I'll be getting to meet her. As her biggest fan, I don't mind telling you, I'm pretty excited. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back. Gripping.
Crazy Christmas deal. It's post-Christmas and pre-Christmas.
Pre-Christmas! All the Christmas!
It's all the Christmas, all the time, always, forever.
I know there's some people who love that.
Is it June? Christmas preparation?
Oh god, no, I would hate that. Christmas comes too soon, and then can
D.
never leave.
Really? D?
D.
Oh well,
maybe
whatever.
Maybe it's because you let them hack you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Oh. I got it. Surprise, laughter, clap, booing, or something.
Oh, it's a soundboard.
Oh, that's a soundboard. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
look, it's you, DJ.
No!
What? Don't eat dogs. You're not Chinese.
Protect Wolf. No.
No, don't eat me.
We all get
Naughty.
on the news today.
Oh my god.
Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album, Smashing
Oh yeah, it's on a timer. I get it.
Just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C. May I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
And my manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of your
Cabbage water.
Oh.
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little...
Oh my god.
Oh, that's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves.
Oh,
and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that like annoying little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl from that show.
Wow. That must have been bizarre.
Not really. It was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually
Of course, I mean, the famed country singer,
Jesus.
Billy Bob Jean Shorts. I didn't know you'd been a
Billy Bob Jean
There's
Shorts.
nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
Uh-huh. So, this newfound explosion into your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nice underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as my manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So, what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Your manager again?
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Oh, do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's on my album. It's in my
Yep, the frequency.
It's out tomorrow. And it's out tomorrow.
Disrupt time.
Join the go-getters. He's occupied now.
Since lunchtime and a clothing line.
His room's never been tidier. But he keeps notebooks he won't let her read. And sometimes she catches him staring at her. And last week, she found him searching through her papers. When confronted, he always had a plausible answer, a good answer. But somehow it's too good.
Don't promote Little C's clothing line. Achievement.
Or possibly buy them. We want to know what the news will no longer tell us. And when we find out, we will tell you. We will hack into your news broadcasts. We will defend your right to information. We will resist, and we will disrupt.
You know, like better, but I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
Did you always want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I did. I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I'd press record on my cassette. But then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practicing again.
Oh, sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough. And sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, "Make Quagler proud and you might just survive childbirth."
Well, you know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
Damn, girl.
Wow.
Jeez.
Spicy.
Fucking hell, man.
This baby's gonna bring you home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. But you know what? It's actually alright. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then. Well, you can go and get ready for that.
Okay then.
It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't.
She's gonna go and say like Jeremy. Just wait.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, Megan's not really enjoying this now, is she?
No.
Also, you notice how the new studio has changed? Like it's red now.
Yeah.
It's the Force's favorite, the Queen of Teams, here to break in your blockades. Lil C.
Oh baby, can't you see?
Oops.
I'm hungry. There's a place in me that's empty.
You know, that sounded like the intro to fucking Toxic by Britney Spears just for a moment.
Yeah, it did.
I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption.
Toxic, got the taste.
Just want the team and read.
I love that song. Great.
Don't stop one morning till there's holes in me that ain't been filled yet. I only scream this loud when you do your country proud. I ain't no Vickers, but a common Spanish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pull me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So let them try and break our dream. We fight and love and die at two. So what a beat at Clemens boys can come and use me as
Oh shit.
So come and break my sanctions. I've been this wild and free since my mom burdened me. She was only 53, but gave to save her.
Alright, this is a little bit trickier to get right. Ah!
Yeah, it's working off a 1, 2, 1 and 2 beat.
There we go.
See some action, so come and break my sanctions.
This video.
Oh my god.
Well then.
I'm sure this is a
family-friendly viewing, baby.
Look at that gun right where his guns are.
Oh boy. I love the shot to Megan. Oops.
This is why this is marked as adult. Yeah.
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Phil C. for doing that.
We'll do our top for our sponsorship.
We'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're gonna love. We'll be back right after this.
And we're out.
Also, I think I played the ad too early. Oops. Whatever.
Can I just say, thank you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know.
Yeah.
To be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Well, don't worry about it. And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes.
Crazy?
Watch out for that father of yours, won't you?
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain perspective. You know what it's like.
Oh, right.
And Michael? Michael?
What about Billy Bob Jeanshaw? Is he?
Oh, my dad. He's such a sweetheart. We both had the same agents, you know, like it just made sense. Both of us for our image together. Wow. And Michael, I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line and get me a G&T before my meeting with the lube guy.
Gin and tonic.
I'll say for your pleasure, I'm going to stop needing it.
This next section will need you to use all 4 of the sound effects to help things along. Try and pick the most
You got an A+ for that though.
I got it. I've been good at the music these ones.
Exactly 12 as it said in your...
So now we got all 4 to use here.
No, not anymore. I'm better than that now. I'll tell you what, just keep adding flowers until it feels like 12. Got it?
Absolutely, right away. 10 seconds.
Alright, last segment. Let's make it count.
5, 4.
So we have surprise, laughter, applause, and booing.
Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show will be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent and we're very excited about it. But before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys.
Actually, I've dropped the algebra. I go by Jeff DePloon now. How'd you like that?
Well, yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
It's shit.
And how does Angela feel about all this?
Who?
Your wife.
Wow.
Oh, God, no. No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
And why did you write this? What was your inspiration?
Oh, well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a pro-team sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, you listen here, boy. You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this.
She's so uncomfortable up there.
Center, got out my typewriter and started hacking.
Because the people they interview are all nut jobs.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
Excellent, you're a natural. Keep it up.
Good morning.
So, sitcom time.
Craven.
Oh, morning, Ray.
I get like Amanda Show vibes from this.
You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalized my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've
Oh, concern, not surprise.
obscene language and
Like, aw.
pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I'm just worried they won't ever become productive members of the community.
I like this, though.
What if they never see the error
Not bad,
of
yeah.
their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock.
Is that a euphemism for
See?
something?
Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes, yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right. Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda.
Brenda?
She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers?
The face.
Yeah.
Fucking.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Oh, clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What? Brad dudes?
No.
Ruffians.
Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What? Did you say tutoring?
That's right.
You telling?
Math. Praise math.
Not at all.
This hand's stuck in there.
So you, a
This is wonderful.
person,
This is so fun.
have been spending your time helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing your
Hey!
He's
I
sus.
haven't puffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are, and not on your actions.
No joy.
So it wasn't you who vandalized my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Mav Gigachet over here.
I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck? Give us a hug.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That
no.
is not you. That is not you. Earthquake.
Or bomb?
I don't know.
Oh.
Look, looks like an earthquake. Very much looks like an
yeah.
earthquake.
I'm pretty sure it's an earthquake.
Are we back?
Are we back?
Okay, are we
Sorry
back?
to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news. I'm being told we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be...
Huh?
Something from the war?
what appear to be nuclear explosions in
Oh, gosh!
4 major foreign cities.
Oh.
Initial
That wasn't an
estimates
earthquake at all.
They put
The
in
war.
millions. I'm being told we're experiencing some power shortages as a result, so apologies for the interruption. And apparently we can go live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment. Yes, let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated
Propaganda
nuclear
time?
explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent.
What the fuck?
We have similar devices in 58 other urban centers and will not hesitate to detonate them.
We are hearing stories of power fluctuations and what could be minor earthquakes throughout the continent. Stand by. We've lost contact with our benefactors in Urkistan and Konoslava. All our equipment seems to be resetting. Can we get this confirmed? Can we get this verified? I need this verified.
That's kind of a waste of a broadcast.
I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you are receiving this, but if you are, then you have to know. You have to know what's being done right now to our neighbours. This is unprecedented. Our government has committed multiple acts of mass destruction in our name.
Oh, so they're basically masquerading as terrorists.
Nor do I care how you voted. You didn't
The
vote
government.
for this. None of us did. This can't be. We are waiting further news and
Max viewership again.
What if they respond?
Yep.
We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight.
And I missed all this. But they're just basically threatening foreign nations, I think.
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job. It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother. His name is David. And right now I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently traveling the continent for work. And I don't.
Is this the same Dave we know?
Right now.
Hmm.
And I should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also have loved ones on the continent. In Urkistan, or Havia, or San Palmerino, or Konoslava, which is where David was when I last spoke to him 3 days ago.
Oh shit! Is our daughter okay?
So when I tell you I know how you are feeling tonight, believe me, I do. But I also know that there's a flow to events. I see it every day here. I know that although tonight it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness, we may actually be at the break of a new dawn. We don't know that yet. We can't know that yet, but together we will find out. And I will be here every night, feeling what you are feeling. And with your help, maybe we can all get to that brave new world. My name's Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out.
Learn about David Wolf.
We've got people ringing around, but the telephone networks are overloaded. Okay. We'll find him.
Do we know exactly which cities were hit, or?
Megan.
I'm concerned too. Where's our daughter?
This took a fucking turn, Jesus.
Where is our daughter? Still got an A. Several words were broadcast. The interference in the first one, yeah. Oh, shut up. My edit was fine. Disrupt ruined the broadcast.
Yeah, well, I mean, you nuked the fucking city.
Yeah.
Well, not a city, 4 cities.
Sometimes small bonus.
Oh well. Yeah, we are getting richer.
The channel still loves us.
So hold up, are we able to review? Oh, well, I guess never mind.
We can if you go to the main menu. What did you want to look at?
I wanted to hear what Julia was actually saying while we were letting Disrupt play their broadcast.
Was this a checkpoint?
I think so. Yeah, because we finished the broadcast.
Yeah, probably.
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Jones. Our main headlines tonight.
So, archive. It was broadcast, right? Or no?
Yeah, broadcasts.
I think it was broadcast. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, broadcast is. Yeah, it's
brushes
that lets us actually see the footage itself.
It wasn't the notice board. It was
Wolf's End.
Was it Wolf's End? Yeah, it was Wolf's End. Yeah.
So you want to see how fascist right now it sounds from their end?
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking.
Yeah, are we able to mute the other ones?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, here.
We have similar devices in 58 other urban centers, and will not.
I imagine Megan's now just realizing how right Jeremy was.
Yep.
And without delay. The people of our territory will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade.
Because it's making us
You are
poor?
to remove it immediately. We will accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender. Your territories will be taken under our
I need to very
control.
quickly use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
We will install replacement governments to ensure that your citizens become part of the new future. Your borders are now our borders. Your people are our people. They will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed. But for your privileged few, the moment that they feared is now upon them. Allow me to be crystal clear. If you fire a single shot at our territory, or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate further devices. You will not find them, though no doubt you are already searching for them. Our technology is decades ahead of yours. We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you.
This is literally the fascist government for Hunger Games. Literally what they are. Except they're going to simulate and like force them into districts.
What a wild ride this has been.
Here we go. So I'm gonna grab some water myself. So I'll be right back.
All right. Gotcha. Fortunate response. I'm now alone on the stream. This is my stream now. The dragon is taking over. Rest of your ship passes on a bit later with a blur. Oh. Please. It's not the direction I was expecting this to go.
We are back.
DJ back?
No idea. I am waiting for him so we can get him caught up. Okay, we're just... DJ?
I'm not expecting this to go into nuclear war territory.
War. War never changes. Who
War
knows?
never changes.
I need the Awoo Squad back! DJ!
The Uwu Squad? Is that what you said?
The Awoo Squad, because he's a wolf.
Oh, the Awoo. Yeah, gotcha.
Yes. Thunder Horse, reporting into Awoo Squad. Awoo Captain, where are you? As I want to continue the story without him. Alright, we can get him caught up, I guess. I just want to see if we can do one more broadcast before we end the night. Okay. The rest of your shift passes in a blur, with the same words going around and around in your head. Operatives working for advanced, detonated nuclear explosives. Initial estimates put the death toll into the millions. Did this just really happen? You pull into the driveway with no memory of the journey home. The light in the front room is on. Clearly someone else is still awake. The door creaks open into the living room, and you find Sam sitting on the sofa, staring to the TV. The screen is off, and they're clearly lost in thought. You take a seat beside them and put a reassuring hand on their shoulder. They don't look at you, but you do reach out to take your hand in theirs. Now you're closer. You can see the tears flowing freely down Sam's face. Oh fuck. Our little girl.
God.
I know. It's... I don't know what to do. What the hell can we do? The bastards killed Zeusy. Our worst fears realized, DJ. Our daughter's dead. And millions of others.
Crying.
All because of their fucking war, which we never asked for. Behind the tears you see a fire.
We kind of helped it happen.
We did. Raw fury you'd never seen in Sam before. I hate them, Alex. I know you always supported Advance, but after this, they're monsters. I need to know you understand that we're not going to help them anymore. Nothing can justify what they did. Anyone tries is just as bad as they are, yep. Relief spreads over Sam's face like a wave, and it collapses against you, clutching tightly. Clearly this is weighing heavily on them. You're not sure you even process it all fully yet, but at least you'll get through it together.
Oh.
A final farewell.
Final farewell. Oh god, is this the end of the game?
The last week has passed in a blur. A rush of things to do, but all immediately forgotten. Your memory clouded by a dark fog. 9 days since the so-called Liberation Night, and the beginning of Advance's new future. You weren't the first ones at the church today. You were staggered by the number of people who have come to mourn with you. Everyone here for the same reason, sharing the same pain, the same sense of loss. It's written all over their faces, much as it would be on yours. We step away from everybody else, we need some space. Your daughter, poor little Susie, gone. Sam had said little since that evening. They're still getting over the shock. But when you walk over and squeeze their hand, they squeeze back tightly. You'll get through this together. You can only imagine how awful it would be to face this alone, which means if we pissed Sam off, we would be here alone. There hadn't even been a coffin to bury.
God. Oh, that's the worst.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh god. Oh my god.
A full year?
That is a full year.
Jeez. An academic exodus.
A year later, it's a seemingly ordinary morning. But as you get into work, you find a small crowd gathered in the break room. When you go in to grab your first cup of tea for the day, you can't help but overhear some excited chatter. You didn't hear? Yeah, another one's gone missing. What's that bring the total up to now? Oh, I should think over 100 at this point. They won't have all been reported or noticed yet. Sorry, what's going on? An excited young woman turns to you and begins to explain. Another professor went missing from Queen's University. With all the other disappearances over the last year, scientists, doctors, researchers... She pauses before lowering her voice to whisper. It's clearly disrupt targeted people speaking out against them. I can even hear Advancer struggling to prevent further... A deep voice from behind interrupts. What exactly is going on here? A silence overtakes the room. I have to look towards the doorway. Our boss Bozeman clears his voice before continuing. I've told you before, I don't want to hear about these so-called disappearances. Come on now, people. Advance has been very clear that they're nothing to worry about. Which means they're not a problem. And unless they start classing cappuccino as intellectual, I don't think anyone here has anything to worry about. Best get back to work. Bozeman holds up a hand to keep you as everyone else falls out the room. Uh-oh. Look, between you and me, this leave it alone malarkey comes from on high. It's out of my hand. So I'd appreciate it if you'll refrain from talking about it any further. And make sure the news is in line with what that school of thought, yes? He gives you a pat on the arm and a smile before leaving to carry on with whatever he does during the workday. It seems that for better or for worse, public ownership is now in full swing. So, all the smart people are being gathered up by the fascist government.
Oh, fun.
Great. I'm sure that's not going to lead to something terrible.
Half a year later. Next broadcast. Nope. You drum your fingers on the steering wheel, impatiently as you wait for Charlie. Again. It's great that he's enjoying the Cohesion Cadets and is so enthusiastic, but does he really need to stay behind every week to help? It's your Saturday evening too, after all. Finally, you see him next to the hall, a grin on his face.
I'm surprised he's still doing stuff with Advance, honestly.
You can't help but smile back, the frustration starting to fade as you see him so genuinely happy. After hugging his friends goodbye, Charlie heads over to the car and gets in, his face flushed with excitement. So, how was you interrupted as he can't contain himself any longer? Guess what? What? You play along with a smile. So, obviously the Cohesion Cadets is the starting point for becoming the CCO, so we get a head start in applying for that. Charlie gushes, clearly keen on explaining his news, almost tripping over the words in his efforts to tell you. Well, apparently from next year, the top 5% of cadets will be taking the special program to become CCMs, Community Cohesion Managers. And guess who's gonna be in it? He beams at you. I see.
Would, yeah.
What exactly do these community cohesion managers do?
Oh god.
Oh, well, basically, they need a new liaison team between regular people, the CCOs, and a betterment department. And that'll be us! People come to us with concerns, and we'll decide whether to need referrals, and if so, to which department. Cool, right? So you're gonna be a big snitch, right?
Oh, fun.
Well, yeah, I guess, but only for bad people. It's about helping the community, making it safer for everyone. Charlie frowns at you. You don't like the CCOs? Or the betterment teams? I'm just worried about them having much power and turning people against each other. Ugh, you're starting to sound like the people that Advance are trying to help. Charlie looks at you, a serious expression on his face. Don't worry. I'll make sure that everyone gets the support they need. This is a good thing for the community, and the team will be able to help everyone. He nods to himself and sits back in his seat. The mood in the car is somewhat icy for the rest of the journey home. You hope it's not a sign where things are going.
Dude, they killed your sister.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, shit's on fire!
You're surprised to find Sam in bed next to you when you wake up. They must have gotten in very late last night from drinks with the folks from school. You decide to let them sleep in and enjoy a lazy Sunday morning. With the hours quiet, you decide to bring some breakfast into the living room to watch some TV while you eat. This is breaking news. Reports are coming in from across the country that large swaths of farmland went up in flames last night, as part of what authorities are calling a heinous and well-planned act of terrorism by the group known as Disrupt. You drop your suit back into the porridge and turn the volume. In addition to food stores, which government sources have said will put a strain on universal menu centers countrywide, a number of CCO and civic buildings were targeted in last night's attack. According to Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, specific prisons and re-education and betterment facilities were raided, and a small selection of problematic and potentially dangerous individuals were forcibly extracted from lawful custody. You hold your breath, waiting to hear anyone got hurt. Unfortunately, it appears that the CCOs were ill-prepared for an event like that, and Disrupt seemed much more effective and well-organized in comparison. While most of the targeted locations were thankfully empty of people, given the lateness of the hour, the betterment centers were fully staffed when they came under attack. 17 CCOs and 4 administrative staff lost their lives as a result of the brutal actions of Disrupt last night, with countless more injured, many seriously and rushed to the hospital. A few Disrupt members were captured during the conflicts, but the vast majority seem to have evaded capture so far. More in the story as it develops. You turn off the TV. You're interrupted by Chari walking into the living room, bleary-eyed with a piece of toast. Anything interesting going on? He gestures to the TV. Mutely, you leave the news on as they cycle through the story again. Charlie watches in hushed silence. By the end of the broadcast, they're dubbing it the Night of Fire. Dad, everything's gonna be okay, right? I hope so. We'll have to see. It's been a long time since broadcast.
Hey, I know.
But here we go.
Here it is.
Red.
Hey, one more broadcast.
Oh boy, what's this one going to entail?
I worry. We've gone from weird dreams to freaking nukes falling.
Yeah, can we go back to our psychedelic dream, please?
The uprising. A year and a half since the nukes.
Alex?
Hmm?
Are you receiving?
Yes.
This is Alan James. The revolution starts tonight, Alex, and we need your help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest. I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking you when I can. Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favor. If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact.
Oh, second break.
You put the tape in.
He's a wanted criminal, Colin.
So's my nan, but she never missed her birthday.
Your grandmother's on the run, Colin.
Yeah. Armed robbery, resisting arrest, double homicide of the same bloke. She's right laugh.
I hope he's alright, though. No.
Well, here we go.
Your brother was fine.
Going in 10 seconds, everybody.
Wonder what they're doing to him. Annoying him, probably. Not probably.
Nervous.
Going in 5, 4,
Whew.
3.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolf. Our top stories tonight. Future legend. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted multiple attacks across the territories. During the coordinated action, subsequently dubbed the Night of Fire, emergency services were kept busy at the agricultural centres, while a series of covert attacks were carried out freeing political prisoners, including former newsman Jeremy Donaldson. Nothing has been heard.
Bring Jeremy back!
Since the violent Disrupt attack on his convoy 6 weeks ago. Donaldson was on his way back to Betterment after his notorious court appearance. All of us here at Channel 1 hope that wherever he is now, he's safe. Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14 today.
It's freaking Hunger Games!
The program is now in full operation, providing free food for every citizen of the new future.
UNC,
box, the crate.
I guess?
Yeah. Doesn't look appetizing.
The envy of the unawakened world. Jack Tractor Pants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Rankley or the culinary skills of a professional footballer. If I were a rich man, problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150% bonuses, private jets, and mandatory grovelling zones. In an annoying show of petulance, the former elites drove their luxury vehicles at 10 miles per hour up and down the motorways of their respective territories. The coordinated protest of elites inconvenienced several 100,000 of their employees. Some fun now. Signs of ever more resistance to advance's radical policies today, as popular resistance movement Disrupt extended their reach further across the territories. The organisation's emblem appeared in every major city across the territories last night.
Not the pandas, but support.
Stunt, which has seen them dominate the headlines. Asked about the impressive display earlier today, Disrupt spokesperson Alan James said that the movement was reaching what he described as a critical mass. A poor choice of words given recent history. And an ending of sorts tonight for 3 stories we've been following. A fistful of dollars after a highly profitable
Savist.
year, Remington Fist today announced the opening of their new high-tech underwater corporate.
Well, those are both the same though.
Yeah.
CEO Sophia Remington, pictured here,
No choice.
departing for
The illusion of
Yep.
choice.
built using underwater FLAD technology, commented, "We've put windows everywhere, saves a fortune on aquariums." A happy ending there for Sophia Remington. It's just a body. A picture received today has shed some light on the activities of the academics that were left behind in Dante's taint. The image seems to show that after the simpler scientists were sidelined from salvation, they've eschewed scholarly study in favour of physical intimacy. Their abandoned families insist that they're carrying out complex biological investigations, while this anchor points out that as scientists, they were always bound to experiment. Man on. Footballer Johnny Handsleeves and his new wife Tiffany Lamore
pregnant?
that their
I don't-
local team was 1-0 up at full time, which apparently means
I don't think there's any difference.
Yeah.
once beset by tabloid controversy, Johnny seems to be second
Yeah, I
himself
think
to
these
family life,
probably would have all
calling
been
this
different
latest
based on all the
news
choices we made up to this point.
Yeah.
if a golden goal also peed on you.
Like we made him happy, or we could like ruined his life.
Trip to Dangly Parks.
Yeah, we also could have set him up with a husband.
That's true.
In town. That's all coming up
And-
in tonight's national.
I think. Oh no, this is the opening. Never mind. My bad.
Oh!
Oh, hacking time.
Take back control. Soon it will be time for you to help us again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many of you in my travels up and down Territory 1. You always ask the same question. How can I help? Well, this is how. And as for when, you'll know. Keep watching.
Oh hey! What the Forge Gaming? Rated my stream with 1 viewer. I didn't know you were streaming tonight. That's awesome.
But first,
Oh, shit.
500 days.
I fucked up.
Clement. Patrick Bannon is live from.
Damn it! The raid screwed me up, but who cares? We're gonna keep going.
Julia Salisbury
We will recover, right, guys?
Soon be a memorial
Yes.
garden in Peter's honor. Patrick.
Listening to
Oops.
about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're
Oops.
live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick.
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were. Because he...
Oh.
Now there's no stopping
Hello,
it.
Patrick. We're
I
live.
just can't say that, can I, Francis? No, not with public ownership. No, with public
Having a
ownership, you
little
can't say
problem with
anything these
Patrick's
days.
there.
No, she's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide that... Hello, Megan. You join me here live from the what? Oh.
Seems like we've lost.
Okay.
For the moment. Well, we will be going live to that groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back.
Thank you for the raid, though. I appreciate it.
I think the
Glad you made it.
gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs, and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, okay, all right. It seems like we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon, and we are indeed
That's not Patrick.
here. Apologies for the technical difficulties there, but any moment now, Julia Salisbury will step out on stage behind me.
Alex, Bozeman here. The boys in editing have just informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut together yet. You're going to have to do it on the fly.
Uh-oh.
For goodness sake, make sure you make it look good.
Nope.
Since this afternoon.
No. Wait. This is Peter, right? Peter was the okay
Yeah.
guy, I think. I don't know.
We're listening to Alan on the radio.
Yeah.
We're not listening to our boss. Our boss is
Okay.
the shill.
The picture of elegance to begin her address.
Good evening, fellow teammates and friends. 500 days ago, all of our lives changed.
So we gotta make Peter look bad. Really bad.
Reeling from the triumphs and
Maybe.
tribulations of Liberation Night,
Depends.
another great
We'll see.
loss befell the people of these newly united
Yep.
territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero. Gordon Clement.
Peter's death
People love it.
at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working-class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television. First,
Just censor over and over. Beep beep.
and then developing into the personality
Yeah, that'll be bad for the watching audience.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late-night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions
Love it.
of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us
All that smoking.
alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these United Territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5 million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Damn!
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night.
Oh my god! Oh! Wow!
His eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit and wisdom of a life lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago. Moments before I was supposed to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually. Only I'd spilt coffee all down myself, and I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked, and from behind me I heard, "Christ, Pet, you've either pissed your kecks or sprung a leak, but either way you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate, sensitive.
Yep. So
a
kind.
brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man. This glorious, so beautiful and new, this shining beacon.
Oh.
Thank you, Alex. There'll be another opportunity to steer public perception soon. It's really starting. You'll know when.
All right.
The future he forged, the boundaries he pushed. To me,
Oh no, her petter died.
cheering on a stranger at the back of the conference. It is my great honor to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Shall we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Oh my!
Holy
God.
shit!
Ooh!
Now, Alex, control the message.
Mom, we have to get you to safety. Come with us.
I'm not leaving, I can't. You two. Don't panic. Help us here. We're gonna help you. We need a medic here.
No, the first one. So yeah, there we go.
Right there.
Turn the camera off.
Nope.
You have the right to be here. I said turn the fucking camera off.
Go to the other angle.
Who the fuck is...
I can't hear anything.
Medics are coming. You sit down.
I can't hear. National Night in You.
of this payback. Salisbury's still here.
Isn't this bad? No, this is good.
You are guilty of the murder of more than 10 million people. Justice demands a response. Haven't you done enough? Look around you. This is what your precious freedom looks like, is it?
Yep.
You've got me. Rise up! Take to the streets. The time has come. Stop violence. Break windows. Draw them out. They can't stop us all. Resist. Lower your weapons.
Mom?
Lower your weapons now.
Sent to Ghost authorization was granted.
Oh shit.
Was unnecessary. Can't you see? Will you turn that off, please, sir?
Nope.
I said.
We could see.
Oh, hacking.
You've just seen them execute unarmed civilians. People like you and me. So why are you watching this? Why are you not in the streets with us tonight? What will it take for you to get up and be a part of this? March on team headquarters. Storm the building. Demand elections. Demand answers. Be what you were born to be. The once and future free.
By now. Don't go away. We'll be back
A.
after this.
Because it says second break, right?
Second break.
That wasn't. What do you mean not so well?
Bomb was a good distance from the unit base.
Because I scripted at the beginning? I don't know.
It's because you didn't focus on the full effect of all the protesters and everything in after the bomb went off.
Ah, shit. Well, I thought I did, at least towards the end. Maybe it wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough.
Damn. Greatman C. Ah.
So
I'll
we
get there.
thought what better way to celebrate than to go back to where it all started.
So B next time.
Unnecessary collections and companion magazines.
Join today and you could receive a private education, an unbearable sense of entitlement, and your own middle initials. And if you call now, you'll also get this...
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get encoded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know. Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the air for at least 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Our operatives will do the rest.
Got it. Alright, let's not screw this up. If we screw this up, we ruin Disrupt's plans for good. Probably.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolf. Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature, the Notice Board.
Yay, more of this.
Let's chat with Philippa Radin. Tell me, why do you think the public love the Notice Board so much?
It's real. There, I said it. It connects with people. You know, people look at us and they say, those are real people struggling with real problems.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my PA secretary as I got out the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely.
Right.
Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Yes, well, I think it's really good that our screens are filled with such relatable stories.
Is that the cameraman
the
here?
Notice Board is coming
4?
to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
It's a combination of so many things.
You said raise fist, right?
My hard
Yeah.
work,
Yeah.
my talent, my look.
Wow, we really have a lot to thank you for.
Hey, hey, hey. You're welcome.
We've just heard our man's on camera 4.
I have a real
Got it.
sense of responsibility now.
There.
You know, a sense I've
Do
been
it.
entrusted
There,
with.
there, there it is.
Something precious. Get back to the interview, Alex. Use that platform for good.
2.
Yeah, I think that's really important. That we should use this platform to do good.
There we go.
in the world.
5 seconds, right?
That's exactly it.
I think.
So I've decided to help as many
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
Is that better access
The
to
what?
education or
The
Oh,
go.
reducing child poverty?
I guess.
No, by adopting as many
You
as I
still have to
can.
keep an eye on camera 4, I guess.
Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted?
Oh, we're well into the double figures now, Megan. I stopped counting in the late 30s.
Goodness, that is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
Oh, you really are some sort of hero.
Hey, I live a privileged life. What can I say? I mean, any child I can take on is a child rescued from suffering.
Poor children.
You didn't. Oh, what the Fort said you didn't show the shooting. I think it was a little late on that last segment. That's okay. Little late.
Oh, they're Normans, I presume so. Okay.
Yeah, it's shocking to think, actually, that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent.
I'd never thought of it that way before.
And I'm doing everything I can to fix those numbers.
What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable now?
That's not how being a celebrity works.
Shame and panic interspersed with expensive bottled water. So, actually, if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
Now that I can relate to. Right, you better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radin sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. Clearly,
that's not it right
not
now.
everyone else agrees. But
no, I don't think so.
Let's go now over to Dangly Parts for the final ever episode of the notice board.
Might be on one now.
Yeah, you might have. This is gonna be a lot harder now.
Okay, they're just everywhere.
What a day! First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do.
Oh.
Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, Laura, it's you. I thought for a moment you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course. Keep forgetting.
Yep, boo that.
To you and your colleagues, violence on our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know! It's a disgrace. Somebody...
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will start the pincer movement. We might just pull this off. Push forward! 3 boos, Alex.
3 boos in a row, Zeus.
That's what I'm doing.
Ha! They don't call me the Right Reverend Ripped for no reason.
Yes!
Again?
Yep. 2 more times, I think.
Good. It looks like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, a young CCO, would be able to move it.
2 for 2. Fantastic.
Looks like all those lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me, a strong and capable woman.
You did it, Alex.
Surely
We're good to go.
strong enough to lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town? Hi-ya!
Well done, Captain Evans. You're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not.
I hear that gunfire.
Struck again last night. When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-licked. One.
God!
My
Some
God.
people have no decency.
Oh no.
Sadly,
Damn.
we don't catch him before tomorrow.
They've all been licked.
Don't worry. We won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No, no, no. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky.
That's his persona.
Exactly.
He always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village fate. Or my name's not Captain Danger Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout!
Getting a lot of viewers now. Let's keep it up.
It's the morning of the village fete, thanks to theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team, setting up for a show that will be far too expensive for live television.
I'm going to set up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then, I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Hey!
Judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donut.
Oh no.
Struck again!
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the fate.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been
This is better than a soap opera.
extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
But how did you know?
Well, my first clue was the smell.
Yes, I do smell of urine.
Next,
Oh my God.
The vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
Or perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Which brings me on to my third clue. The vicar said that he had no more room for jam.
Almost as if he'd had his fill.
Precisely.
But you managed to figure it all out from that?
Well, I also found this at the scene.
Oh.
Proves nothing. No!
Get him out of here, officer!
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him out.
Hey, come on. Let's go and have a party in my massive garden. I am doing well.
Thanks to you, we're all doing well.
Well, that was it. The final ever episode of the notice board. And what a way to
We will miss
end.
it.
Thank you as always,
Now the second one.
Pepper and Tommy. After the break, we'll be both dancing and learning. So don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
That's the ads. Well done, everybody.
Here we go.
What advert is this, Alex? I don't remember passing it for broadcast.
Shush.
You made a mistake.
Shut up.
I'm an economist and commentator. You've probably seen me on the news talking about Advance and how progressive their policies are. Well, I was wrong. And I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry.
Oof.
One last push, Alex. We're closing in. One of the guests in the last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right, final orders will be given.
Got it.
3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right, and we're going to win this thing. It's happening, Alex. Tonight we take it back.
I always envied my friends.
Censor,
who had so
huh?
much more. Over the years, my jealousy grew. So when Advance came to power, I didn't think about the damage they would do.
Guys, I think we're going to finish the game tonight.
I acted
I
selfishly.
think this might be the end.
Yeah.
I was glad to see the rich punished. I didn't see how backwards Advance were. I didn't understand that rather than tearing down the wealth creators, we should have been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table. Under Advance, the country is poorer.
Oof.
It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by Advance's naive policies.
It's a nice word.
Policies born from absurd
redistributive fantasies. I have whored myself out to the media to defend the indefensible. I have betrayed my parents. I see that now. Mum, Dad, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Our only hope, the only hope, now lies with Disrupt.
All right.
Ugh. Going in 5, 4, 3.
What were you doing, Megan?
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Patrick Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking Disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first,
A musical,
let's take a
huh?
look at the
Fitting.
nation. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
Hello? Doctor? Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning, and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs. We do charitable deeds. But the flowers of a happy life are now.
You have to censor. So like a one at the bottom.
Oh, darling John. Oh, dearest John. There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our Dr. David Wong, so please be
I don't think you're supposed to censor this bit. You're supposed to censor after, I think.
Got it.
Maybe.
When the guests are talking.
Yeah.
Is it cancer? We're so John. We're having a baby.
How can this be?
Oh, woe is me.
Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum.
We built a peaceful habitat.
This is absolutely not family-friendly TV.
Now you can't have any wine at book club.
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree.
And forget about that.
Let's get those viewers up.
Territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30. In fact, you're never gonna get a good night's sleep again. No more snap decisions to go on to a club. You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub. Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian chums?
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
Now when I take a sick day at home,
The parasite won't leave you alone.
how he's wrong.
We're our top priority.
I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life. No one wails and no one bawls. No one draws things on the walls.
A happy husband.
A wonderful wife. We got a childless life.
We're having a baby.
Well,
We're having a baby. Changing nappies.
can you imagine if a couple just sung this out of nowhere?
Right.
So I keep switching during the transition. That's bad.
Now your kid is uppermost. It's more than a passing craze to have childless days.
We're having a baby.
Food and drink thrown everywhere. Death trap toys at the top of the stairs. Every parent prays to have childless days.
We're having a baby.
No more style.
Bum. Oh! Oh shit.
Amazing. The Novary's there, treating us to
Already
their
got a decent
opening
viewer
number
count.
from Elegy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the Capital Theatre District. And we'll be touring the territories later this year. Right then, come on you lot, come on down, let's go, don't be shy. Hello. Hi Megan. Hi. It's an honour to be here. Oh really, are you fans of the show? Yeah, it used to be. Well, listen, let's get stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
with matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
Right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me, I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack.
Jim Blunt. Pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boram Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Satley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible. And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? With your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
Wow!
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times, maybe?
Damn.
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew.
Now we just need a JoJo.
That'd be obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it.
And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples, you know, in real life as well as in the show.
Well, not exactly.
I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack. Jen, Janet, Jill, Jen, Janet, Jill.
What about John?
Well, my character was originally just called Man 1.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much chewing and throwing. And gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh god, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Mimley Village Hall, but when I registered it with
Still waiting for censorship.
It caught the eye of
someone. Oh boy, I'm nervous.
You could say overnight sensation. We were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful, no singing.
This piece isn't.
Harry.
By Alex, censor the orange.
It's about children.
Uh-oh.
I saw the orange bit on the bar.
Yeah.
That's what he wants.
I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible problem. Terrible problem.
Having children.
You understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
This isn't about me. Of course,
Well, that was totally like fucking.
Yeah.
But eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives, and there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
You're very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one, because
you're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Janet, please, Jennifer. Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Janet. Got you back.
So could you just
Jacob, Jingleheimer's.
the play about? What happens in it? Well, go ahead. It's a tragedy, obviously. Jennifer,
Obviously.
Myself and John have their child, and then the story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
And there's lots of
Nice. Great.
Nice.
Here we go.
Unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising at the age of 22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more, though. I probably said too much already.
Yes. Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you.
He said 2 or 3. Hopefully that was enough.
For too long, we've been told that a
Yeah.
life without children is
That was
somehow
it.
incomplete, that children are a blessing. Well, I've done the research, and they're not. Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know.
Yeah, let's not have children. Woo.
I had an experience with a girl called Julia.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to
Blood?
dip my toe
The heck?
Meeting. Well, thank you all so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come. The Noble's there. And I am pleased to say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, are you okay?
Thank you, Megan. This is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack.
That's not Patrick.
An attack which I myself have found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive me if I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave, not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here. Or Palisades. Or lemonade. Right.
I can hear the
Is
sirens.
the situation
Yep.
now, are we safe?
Yes, the security...
Sounds like it's coming closer.
Without hesitation. And I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about the Sorry, did you say no deaths?
That's right.
Those civilian.
Just the 4 disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement, who were, as always, so cohesive. If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Of course, the camera's there.
Oh.
There. On the camera there.
Stay at home tonight. Do not become another casualty of war. Disrupt have had their moment, but as the dear departed Peter Clements once famously said, it ends today.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for those strong words of strength. Back to the studio. Megan, now in the studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting from the front line of tonight's horrifying bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out, Patrick. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's...
Ah, crap.
news, but before we go,
Hacking time.
Sight, my friends, you have mobilized. You have come together. From our agents at the television networks risking arrest and getting those words to you, to the many hundreds and thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide, and it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime, and we also silence their mouthpiece. Channel 1. Time to wait.
Oh, I'm dead. I am so dead.
actioned and, well, it's pretty scary.
The frequency, Zeus, the frequency.
God.
Assured this program that the turbulence will soon be over.
Damn it.
We can once again focus our minds on building the new future.
It just comes down so quickly. I hate it.
And resources for all. My name is Megan Wolf.
Damn it, Alex. Tonight is the beginning of the fall of advance.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Mission granted, old friend. We are going to detonate. Look out your window, Alex. See what you helped make happen.
What have we done? Nope. Maybe you didn't do enough, who knows?
Well then.
Not our best broadcast. That last tanked me. Or it was gonna end bad either way because they destroyed the tower. Disrupt effectively silenced? What? Oh.
That was from when the bomb went off at the rally.
Yeah.
At the eulogy thing.
A slight dock to pay, yay.
We're still sometimes splurging though.
Yeah, you're still rich. Ish.
Let's see how the game ends. What is the ending?
Is this the ending? I mean, I assume it has to be, considering that the tower was destroyed.
Yeah. You arrive at work a little early, despite a stressful journey in. You still aren't quite sure of everything that happened. Though if the swarm of CCOs all over the building is anything to go by, this isn't just a Channel 1 matter. This is confirmed when you are informed you need to speak with Bozeman immediately and are escorted to his office. Oh boy. A few minutes later, the boss man arrives, disheveled, and with a stern-looking CCO in tow. Ah, yes, Winston, good. This is Specialist Abels. She will be observing this interview. Please come inside, take a seat. The ruddy-faced man bustles into his office and leaves the door open for you to follow. The few times you've been here before, it was immaculate. Everything in its proper place. Not so today. What's got him so flustered? So, Alex, do you know why you're here today? Bozeman's eyes were sharp, and his gaze is fixed on your face from across the desk. Abel's is standing behind you. Out of sight, but definitely out of mind. Do we pretend we didn't do it? Or we own up to it?
I mean, I feel like he knows, regardless.
Let's say I assume to do. What happened last night was nothing short of the culmination of a heinous and outrageous campaign of terror that Disrupt has been reaping on this nation and its territories. Bozeman shoots a glance behind to your left, where your CCO observer is standing. And it is, of course, our duty to root out this rot, whether we find it, to prevent anything like last night happening ever again. I have been asked by Advance to perform interviews with all staff members involved. We'll be submitting a personal review of your performance, both during the incident in question and throughout your time here. This can only end well. He shoots you a quick smile. Oh, don't worry, I'll be fine. Arranging some papers, Bozeman clears his throat and begins. Obviously, a lot happened last night, so I have a number of interviews to conduct today. So I'd rather none of them take any longer than necessary. Please be brief, concise, and clear in your answers. Nod. So let's start at the beginning of the broadcast and work our way through. After the attack of the memorial, you seem to portray the terrorists in quite a sympathetic light. Why? I show what was happening, didn't you? It's their job, right? Yes, of course. And with everything in flux, you weren't to know what would happen next. I'm sure you did the best you could, Alex. You always do. Bozeman scribbles some notes down. The noise of his pen scratching into the notepad punctuated only by the constant tick-tock of his ornate clock. Hopefully this will be over soon. Reviewing the broadcast, we noticed something a little odd about a particular camera choice. It was while everyone else was talking. Oh, where did I put it? Ah, yes, here we are. Do you recognize this? With a flourish, Bozeman produces the leaflet from the notice board and places it on the desk in front of you. I assume this is part of the set. Well, that makes sense. You aren't responsible for maintaining the set. You can only assume that's where it's meant to be, after all. You get the feeling that at least some of the above was for the benefit of the CCO in the room. Thank you, Alex. And again, for Abel's benefit. You're so loyal. Not exactly subtle there. There was one thing we noted during the finale of the notice board. Bozeman picks up some notes on the other side of his desk. You seem to play some odd choice of sound effects relatively early on. Now, the script was expecting last, but all three you chose to play booze. Why'd you do that? I felt that they were the most appropriate choices. Our subject, after all. Well, of course. Obviously, we want all our shows here at Channel 1 to be as successful as possible. And we allow our staff a significant degree of autonomy. I'm sure no one would try to fault you for simply having a different sense of humor. You can see Bozeman is frowning as he writes this, clearly not convinced by his own words. Maybe he likes you more than you thought? How many of the people would be interviewing today? Towards the end of the show, there appear to be some issues with the sensor equipment. At this point, Bozeman paused for a moment, putting a lid on his pen and placing it carefully on his desk, perpendicular to his notebook. How do you explain the fact you censor perfectly acceptable language during the file assignment? I just do what the display tells me. I don't decide what's supposed to be censored. I suppose it's certainly possible the machine could have malfunctioned. Much more likely than malfunctioning with such a competent employee. We'll make sure to have maintenance look at it right away. With the price we paid, I expect to last another 20 years, just like the last one. Bozeman chuckles. How many more questions? At this point, Bozeman took a pair of glasses and placed them, somewhat delicately, on the end of his nose. Then the portly man leaned forward to examine his notes in detail. Now, obviously, we expect the odd bit of interference here and there. Unavoidable, however. He paused, turning the page at an agonizing pace. Interference is not the same as terrorist propaganda. Would you care to explain how quite so much of the messaging found its way into our airwaves? Yeah, it's a machine problem. Out of the corner of your eye, you note Specialist Abels is visibly more attentive, awaiting your boss's response. Well, it's certainly true that accidents happen. And with the very stress of last night's broadcast, I don't think anyone could begrudge you a slight drop in attention. Bozeman smiles warmly at you at Abel's return to the passive stance. We smile quite awkwardly. A loud creak breaks the growing silence as Bozeman is back in his chair. The tape of that poor Miss Bright man. Why did you play it? Help me understand why play that tape. As you meet his gaze, you're almost surprised to see an earnest concern in the old man's eyes. It seemed like the news. Isn't that what we do? Show the news? You watch as Bozeman slowly cleans his glasses before answering. Well, at the end of the day, you chose to do it, Alex. I don't know if I had done the same in your shoes, but I think it's clear enough that you thought it was the right thing to do, and that's all we can ask of you. He closes his throat and leans forward again, a smile once again on his face. I believe that's all I had for you anyhow. Thank God it's over. I think that's all the information we need for now, Winston. Bozeman looks questioningly at the CCO, but by the time you turned around, the moment has passed. Best you just go home for now. There's no work for you until we get a new satellite tower up. But of course, don't leave town. I may have more questions for you the following the other interviews. As you leave, you see open hostility in Specialist Abel's eyes. Well, you knew there'd be consequences.
Wow. We just fast. I think that is another year. That's another year, I think.
A banquet for some. It's your anniversary, and this year you got a plan. A week away could be just what the doctor ordered for you and Sam, but it won't be cheap.
Are we gonna get called away from our plans again?
Wifey's worth it.
Yep. The last time you went away, it was an amazing weekend together, and this time was going to be even better. And what better way to start it off than by going all out and cooking a nice meal from scratch? Fancy. Sam's going to love it. They're going to be here any minute. Even you and Chris seem to be on the same page, for the first time in years. Maybe it's been long enough for them to forgive you. Or perhaps they've decided they were unfair to you. But either way, you're grateful for the newfound peace. They even helped you clean up the house today, so when Sam gets back from work, it'll be pristine. Here, keys unlocked to put the final touches in place. As Sam steps into the hallway, you're waiting in the doorway to the kitchen, dressed to the nines and acting as nonchalant as possible. Alex, what's all this? Oh my god, you clean? What's that smell? They give you a quick kiss, and as they step past you to the kitchen, where the banquet is laid out, candles lit, with Chris and Charlie sitting quietly, grinning. Oh my god, Alex. Happy anniversary, Sam. Happy anniversary, comes the chorus from your two cheerleaders, as Sam turns to you, smiling with tears in their eyes. Alex, it's perfect. Sam rushes over and kisses you softly, only breaking off when you get a less than subtle cough from Charlie. So I got officially accepted to the Community Cohesion Management Program, Charlie blurts out. And that's our cue. Come on, Charlie, time for us to go. Have fun, you two. Chris, thank you sincerely. You're welcome. Now I should go get our own dinner. You can grill Charlie when he's back. Tomorrow, as in not tonight. See ya. With a wink, they finish ushering Charlie out of the house. You pull out Sam's chair for them. Why, thank you, Sam says, taking a seat and grinning at you. So Charlie's been busy. They shake their head as you take your own seat opposite them. Tomorrow, for now, you really didn't have to do all this, Alex. I know. I wanted to. I love you, Sam. I love you too, they breathe, admiring the panoply of food you prepare for them. Now, where on earth do I begin? They laugh as you pour the first glass of champagne of the evening. You're very lucky to have such a wonderful family.
I just noticed we have manageable debt.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Worth it.
But we'll manage.
Another year.
Jeez, how long does it take to get a tower back up?
A job
That's
down.
like... That's not even like a year. That's like almost 2 years.
Everything's ready. You and Sam's been trying to watch Bullet Man for years, but you missed it in the cinemas, and it never seemed to be in stock when you went to pick up the VHS. Now you're just waiting for them to get home so you can start. You hear the front door open as you put a bowl of popcorn on the coffee table. We're all ready to go. Get your butt in here. Sam comes in with a vacant stare, ignoring both film and snacks as they sit down next to you. You have to actually nudge him to break through stupor. Sam, what is it? I've just been let go from work. Sam is just staring out into space. Apparently, there just isn't a need for 2 nursery teachers anymore. Not enough children. Ah, so they can't justify the expense. Honey, I'm so sorry. It'll be okay, you just find another place. No, you don't get it. There isn't just that demand for younger years teachers anymore. Not just here, anywhere. I don't know what I'm gonna do. What we're gonna do. So maybe we shouldn't have supported that drug. You pull Sam into a hug. I know things are tough, but we'll think of something. How, Alex? We're barely scraping by as it is, and now... Sam starts to sob. We're going to have to sell the house. I don't see any other option. We got too many debts to pay. That's what we have to do, fine. It's only the 2 of us living here now anyway. I suppose you're right. Still, I hate the idea of losing this place. Think of everything that's happened here, Alex. They fall silent, thinking. Eventually, you start the film, but neither of your hearts are in it. Too busy thinking about the future. Still, the house isn't everything. It's the people who make it a home. Home is where the heart is, after all. Move out the family home.
Oh my god, another year?
If this is not the broadcast, I'm going to stop because it's late.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's late.
I need to sleep.
Oh, I'm surprised this is still going.
But hey, like, it might be a short stream next week, but at least we get to explore maybe other endings. I can just bring up a video and just view them all. Just curious. Unless you guys want to play this game yourself and get it, but I don't know. I had just like 6 endings total. 6 main endings.
6 endings, wow.
Yeah. Yep, we are ending. But we're close. I think we're very close to the end of the game. Alright, thank you all for joining me tonight. It was quite a fun evening.
Yeah.
I need to get my butt to bed, but
It was very fun.
This is great.
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy.
So,
Quite an unexpected turn of events, but entertaining
It
nonetheless.
went dark.
Oh yeah.
Quite an unexpected turn of events.
Alright, so let me see who to raid real quick before I head off to bed. Ooh, Queen Kaiju Pixel's doing some Knuckles Chaotix. That'd be fun. So I'm gonna go support them. Playing a Sonic Marathon. Alright, so thank you all for joining me. I'll catch you Friday for more Elden Ring, more dub awesomeness Sunday. And we'll be back here to conclude this game next Tuesday. Take care, guys. Good night. Farewell.
All right, see ya.
GG's, good night.